shit.
Look, it's us.
Yeah.
Alone. By ourselves.
No one around.
Han Solo and Chewie.
I wish I was by myself.
I shot first.
I know you did.
I played Chewie.
You look like Chewie right
You
like
look
10
like
minutes
Chewie.
ago.
I don't have that.
Anyway. You know what you should do? I'm Gizz Lazlo.
I'm just Paul.
Welcome to episode 39.
39 of season 2.
Season 2. We got 2 more episodes and then our season finale. Suicide. Fuck, that took a turn.
It does.
Oh, should have talked to me about a year ago. Been right with you
on
that. So let's get to some business. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe our channel. Here we are on YouTube. I don't think we're doing Facebook tonight.
Not Facebook tonight.
Something happened.
Are we Instagramming tonight? No, just on the
just
YouTubes.
on YouTube. Just on the tubes.
The tubes, homes. We're on the fallopian tubes, I say.
So we got some business to take care of. Our sponsors, Headline Records in Hollywood, Transplants Brewing in Palmdale, MEOWZ in Pasadena.
By the way, they're having a little bit of a fire sale because there's fires. Go buy a gift certificate, go spend some money. They need the dollars.
And then RIOT Manufacturing in Las Vegas. Licorice Pizza Records right here in our backyard. The Tattoo Room in Simi Valley. And, of course, Almost Famous Magazine. The Hang.
Scotty's been there. We talked to him tonight.
Yeah.
We've got maybe some things in the works.
Yeah. Man. Mention those in maybe the next couple of shows.
Episodes, yeah, and we'll see what happens.
But
how is the pregnancy?
Huh?
How is your pregnancy?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you for a shot for
Joe.
For Joe. Good old Joe. Are those clean?
No. I mean, there was alcohol in them. What do you think is gonna live?
Alcohol?
You? Maybe. You're not getting as drunk as you did last week and the week before that and the week before that.
All right, Dad. Or Mom.
Call me Uncle Grandma.
Uncle Grandma.
Here's to Joe.
I'm my own grandpa.
You just watch a Futurama too much.
All right, want me to do birthdays, or do you want to talk about our weeks?
This birthday it up.
All right. Yesterday, or today, I think today, Connor Bruce, the drummer for Too Bad Eugene.
Oh.
Freddie from the Hodge. His birthday's this week. Tomorrow is Todd TD Trout.
Shit!
One of our best guests.
Todd.
Tomorrow is his birthday, so happy birthday, brother! Thank you,
Pizza Todd.
Vinny Malachi from the Beat. His birthday's this week. David Roach. It would have been his birthday. He passed away a few weeks ago from Junkyard. Our guest who had to cancel a couple weeks ago, Charlie Overby. His birthday's this week. Happy birthday, brother! Kevin Rehack from Troubles on Acid. Sim Wilson from Undercover, Noah Herrera from Bad Bruno, and Ronnie James Elvis from CKY, and a bunch of other bands, Bourbon Saints, and the list can go on and on and on. But hey, guys, thank you and for having birthdays and still being with us, and we love you guys. And
we have a guest.
Yeah, he's in there. He's gonna have to wait though.
We'll get to you in a minute, buddy.
Just keep sitting there, Thom. Stewing in your own.
Nah, he's making soup.
What is that? Greek wedding soup?
Italian wedding soup.
Oh, Italian wedding.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
How's your week?
It was all right. It was a slog getting to the stuff to go to Art Basel, which did really, really well. Congratulations, Eric Mesplay. But it's been tired, dude. Just beat the fuck down. You don't recover from that stuff. It's like we did in our 20s and 30s. So yeah, the house is clean, TV's on, lights are on. I think dog's still alive.
By the time you get there, it's dark.
No, well, it's dark now. You're in the room.
That's right.
It's fair to say. How'd you do?
Pretty good. Went on, what was it, Friday night? Went down to Fullerton to go see a band called The Third Degree, which Wall was filling in for. And just about everybody from Foreclosure was there. So we hung out and made fun of Lewis loudly so he could hear us. Other than that.
Could he see you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's got good eyes.
Lewis? Yeah. I thought he was blind, not deaf.
Both. I think he's,
yeah, there you go. So
he's got the triple threat, blind, deaf, and dumb.
He's anything but dumb. He's very articulate.
Yeah, he is. He's good. He's a good egg. A little hard boiled, but he's a good egg.
Yeah, I don't know who's watching or not, but if Finley and Patrick are watching, Allison and Caitlin, hi family.
We actually got some punk rock royalty.
We
The
do.
prince of punk rock over there.
Prince?
I'm the king. He's got to be the prince, right?
I don't know when that vote came in, but you can't have two Mexicans in one office.
Okay, maybe the princess, you little bitch.
Princesa.
But my son's here tonight,
Oh, yeah.
which if those who don't know, Eli from Couchsurf.
And Tiffany from Sex Motel.
Yeah, here in the room with
Good
us.
Two badass bands are going crazy right now. They have been.
Or your boy, your son.
Oh,
He's in both of their
Falcone.
bands.
Falcone. He's so much
Falcone,
here.
Falcone.
You can't see it without the hand.
Kuribo.
All right, what are we going to do tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, he's there.
What's he doing?
He's spinning records, getting ready for a rave.
Well, our guest tonight is a little bit of history. Is Thom from Butt Trumpet. Also, he used to write for Flipside magazine back when I used to write with them. And but I met him in 1990, back when Dead Lazlo's Place released our first record, and he was the very first person to review us and gave us the shittiest review. But it
Good
meant
job, Thom.
It meant the world to us. You know? Fresh band, and you get your first review, and I fucking loved it. He liked me. He didn't like the other singer. It was
the other singer.
The other white meat.
No. Porky McFuckballs?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
He's definitely in Seattle. He's drinking coffee right now.
Starbucks. So shall we get him in the room?
Let's get him in the room.
All right, Mr. Thom.
Ta-da!
Oh, you are going to regret this.
No! He's going to regret this.
I regret nothing.
And you expect me to tell the truth about everything? Is that what this is? I'm supposed to. All right, fine. Let's go. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man.
He's not good. He's not. He's lying.
It's been a long time, but I'm good. I was thinking about today. The last time I saw you was the day that I met you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, which time?
At the Steel Pit.
Oh, no shit.
20th anniversary. He was there. He flew down from.
Dude, yeah, I flew in for that.
Yeah.
Just so you two could meet. Yeah. I wanted to hook you two up. I thought you'd be a good couple.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we did mix up some stuff and I got to send to you.
Neither of you ever sent me flowers, though. I mean, no thank you card, nothing.
Send you an Uncle Grandma card.
Hey, you know why I wrote that bad review, don't you? It was part of my evil plan to get you guys like noticed, because I knew you were going to react. And boy, did you. I'm going to let you tell that story.
It was funny because
you wrote a song about it.
Well, yeah, but that was after, because what had happened was we got the issue of Flipside. You know, you never know if you're going to be in it or not. It's not like you guys, Flipside contacts anybody. So we opened up the magazine, we're reading it, and oh shit, there's our fucking thing. The thing I remember, the one quote was self-indulgent vocals.
Yep.
Everybody turned to Chris and goes, "That's you, not me." And we went to the Flipside office and we got your address, and then we went to his apartment and hung out, waited for him to get home.
And you just broke in, hung out.
Yeah, we went into his underground garage place, waited by the washroom, and he was bringing some laundry down. I think just coincidentally, hey, you Thom? And he's like, yeah, and he just looked at us like, fuck. And we thanked him like right away. I do thank you. He's like, really? Yeah, man.
What was the review like? What did you kind of like? Just synopsis.
Oh God, what was it? It was something along the lines of, if this will help you do more than just spay and neuter your pets. You can use it on yourself or something like that. Something like that.
It trashed us, but
it was friendly. Yeah, it was very loving and friendly, and I was only trying to help.
You did. You got him a 20-some odd year career.
That was the point. The point was I actually, you want to know the truth? The truth is I really liked it. And that's my way of liking something, is by thrashing the living shit out of it.
I like it.
And it
Fucking worked.
Yeah, I mean, it was our first review, so we actually went to his house. We went to his apartment. He invited us in, and we took some pictures, and then we told you, like, "Hey, man, we wrote a song about you." And
yeah, you did.
You know, and the song's called "Who the Fuck Is Thom," and our next record is going to be called "Who the Fuck Is Thom." And he was all over it. And we need to get.
And they made stickers. Okay, who the fuck is Thom stickers? It said "Who the fuck is Thom?" and then "Dead Lazlo's Place," and there was big, obnoxious white bumper size stickers. Man, they weren't just small ones. And I started seeing them literally everywhere. In Hollywood, all around in the valley, you name it. Everywhere I went, there was a sticker. I could go to my Tarunk, my favorite Thai restaurant, and I'd go to the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, I can shake hands with the unemployed now. And I look up on the wall, and there's a "Who the Fuck Is Thom" sticker. I mean, I'd be sitting down at the table, and I'd look up at the ceiling, and there's "Who the Fuck Is Thom" sticker. I'd go outside, there's one on the mailbox. I'd look over here, there's one on the bus stop. These guys carpet bombed stickers, man. I mean, I paid the price.
Well, actually, I mean, I think you probably had make you famous, or
famous, or it was like
it was all in fun.
It fueled us to, just to keep doing what we're doing.
Oh yeah, God, I mean, that's what this is about,
change
right?
Change
singers, fire the old fucking white meat.
It's not like I didn't know DLP wasn't a punk super group, right? You guys were all in different bands already, and it's not like it's not like you guys couldn't take it. It was my way of welcoming you to the chaos that was my world. In terms of. It helped the whole Raji scene and stuff, Yeah.
And Al's Bar.
Gosh, yeah. Well, I was more centered. I mean, Al's Bar, definitely, but I was a house booker at Raji's too at the same time. So, and the Teaser, I was booking there, and cooking a Teaser, for those of you who don't know, it's purple now. The building's still there. They painted it purple for some reason.
Yeah. I remember passing by the Coconut Teaser one time. They had the whole side open, and there was a model runway, and there was all these women just walking, turning around. You're at the red light, going, "What the fuck? This is the Teaser."
It's the hooker showroom.
I used to get free hot dogs and free schooners,
and free quesadillas. Remember the quesadillas made on the grill outside? Yeah.
And free.
I brought down the house water, the sprinkler system, twice. Remember, they were above the stage. You could, you're not supposed to, but you could swing from them.
Yeah.
And I would swing from like a monkey. And I brought them down not once, but twice. And Lenny, owner of the club, the first time I did it, flooded the club. He had to clear the place because, I mean, I literally flooded the club, destroyed his backline, got his PA wet. And you know what he said to me? He comes up to me and goes, "Thom, I made more money at the bar tonight than I ever have in an entire week."
Wow.
So will you come back? Like, he booked me for another show. So I did it again. Like if it worked the first time.
That was the brilliance behind you and Buck Trumpet. You guys just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's still true. I have some things to show you tonight. You're getting dibs on some things that nobody knows. They're gonna find out tonight.
Nice.
So we generally have a rule. We ask people if there's anything they don't want to talk about, and so if there's anything you don't want to bring it brought up, you can text Gizz.
Yeah.
Or you can just say it out loud online, and we won't talk about it after that.
Yeah,
my
in Bangkok.
Look, it may be a small penis, but my wife is happy. Okay, I make her happy in other ways. So if you can not talk about that, that'd be fine. I would appreciate that.
All right, so how big is your dick?
4 inches wide.
Why?
It's a fucking tuna can.
Mine's 4 inches from the ground.
Yeah, it is. So we cut it off and
4 inches from your mouth.
No, good luck with that, ball man.
Yeah. But yeah, I got some stuff I'm going to show you guys a little bit later. But first, you could pick my brain. I'm letting you know right now. There's nothing off limits. You guys can ask me anything you want, and I'm going to answer you honestly and truthfully, because I have very, very carefully vetted my lies and bullshit into a science that you will never poke a hole through. So give it your best shot, man.
I said to Gizz earlier, I've been listening to that stuff pretty much all day long, and I said it feels to me like this is kind of a cross between like Mike Patton, Mr. Bungle, and Dead Kennedys. And is there any truth to that as far as influences go?
There's only one influence for BT, and that's honestly, it's life.
Yeah,
life. I mean, it's all of the above and then some, man. It's like when you do art, how can it, if you're going to do it real for real, how can it not be everything you've ever experienced and vibed on and been, you know, changed forever by? Like just last night, my wife and I flew. I still got the freaking wristband. It's never coming off. We flew to Denver for a Christmas present to each other. We ended up going to see this band out of England, Isle of Wight, called Wet Leg.
nice.
My wife. this is Vic. She's gonna be here. She's getting me some stuff, and you can ask about this. This is real. So we'll talk about that too. But we saw this band.
Works so well.
We saw this band called Wet Leg, and if you haven't heard of them yet, you will.
Dude. I have heard of Wet Leg. They are fucking ripping.
We saw him live last night. We were not only in the extreme, very front row, but in a moment, she's gonna hopefully get the. Yeah, she'll have it in just a second. I'm gonna show you guys something. Just
I've been super interested.
Entertain yourselves in the meantime. Yeah, there's another band called the Idols.
Oh yeah,
they're from Bristol. Yeah, we ended up with
that's Tom Hardy's punk band. I swear.
We were so close that we ended up with this. Am I backwards? This is the set list.
No.
We ended up getting that.
Do you know the Bobby
amazing
Lee
band? Oh yeah.
Yeah. That whole kind of like it's kind of like an Americana thrash punk scene. It's really fucking good shit, man. Like I said, Idols. It feels like that's what Tom Hardy would be like if he was in a band. You never find a man with a perm. Come on.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's something going on in music right now, you guys. You tell me if you haven't noticed this yet. You know, we've had everybody making music with computers. We got the rise of AI making music now too, and fakery and all that shit. And then you've got these bands that can finally play their own records again.
Yes.
And that's starting to happen again. And it's, you know, and people are starting, and vinyl, it's actually called vinyl light, you guys. It's not vinyl. Vinyl light, that's the actual name of the substance. It's not vinyl. It's actually called vinyl light. But that's beside the point. The vinyl light is making a comeback, as you guys know. Record store days every other weekend now.
Well, we actually have Licorice Pizza's press in the back room here.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you guys a whole bunch of stuff, and we're going to talk about, because butt trumpet's a lot more than just primitive enema. It's been my project since late 1991, and I want to set the record straight on a few things tonight that I've never told anybody, and I'm going to give it to you guys. So when we talk about that, I mean, you want to talk about Flipside first? You want to talk about current events, music? What do you want to talk about? You pick the subject, and I will try to follow.
What our show is that every episode is about our guest, and like heaven forbid something happens to you tomorrow. It will.
You
know, it will.
Tomorrow,
it always does.
Something will happen.
You know, your friend.
I've died 3 times already before I was 18. No, I literally have been dead 3 times before I was 18. So death is nothing to me. Why take life seriously? You're never going to get out of it alive anyway. So what's the big,
But what our show is, it's to tell your story. Like how did all this start? Let's go back to the beginning. You know, what was that band that did it for you? That this is who I am now.
Well, if I had to pick one, I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio. That's where I was born. I know, but in Canfield to be exact. And there was my parents. They used to throw parties, and they partied with a family that had a son named Steve, and his stage name was Stiv. And
I wonder who that could be.
He had a band that was signed to, I think it was Warner Brothers, if I remember correctly, Sire Records, I think it was. And there was a new club that opened up in Youngstown downtown. And I'm 9 years old. Okay. I'm freaking 9 freaking years old here. And called Cedars, like the tree. Okay. That club still exists, a remnant of it. They had to move locations, but it's now called Cedars West End. It's still there. It's run by the daughter of the original owner. Point is, long story short, I started running away from home at around 7, 8, 9. And my parents, we were so busy throwing parties, they didn't really give a shit as long as I didn't bring the cops home with me. And I showed up in time for school, they were fine. And so Steve I'd go with him, and I would go to this club, and they'd let me in because he was, royalty. And by 10, I was already in someone else's band. By 11, I had my own band. And by 12, I put out my first record, and I will not tell you what that is because it fucking sucks. Okay. And I don't ever want to be associated with that record because listen to this, you guys. So we're not going to turn this into a 12-step meeting, or anything like that. But I was drunk for the first 21 years of my life. Yeah. I was allowed to drink beer and wine openly in the house as a child, and I did. And by 6, I'm already drinking the hard alcohol. Okay. So I'm lit the whole time. That's when I said I was dead 3 times. I'm not kidding. I literally poisoned myself with alcohol 3 times before I turned 18. So I know what it's like to have, a little bit of too much fun. But so I'm going to this club, and because I knew him, I automatically had a VIP pass. I mean, I could come and go as I pleased. And so I started hanging out there. I met bands like Devo, Pretenders, Pagans, Bizarros. I mean, I could say Pierre Ubu. I can name so many bands. It's ridiculous. Oh, Psychedelic Furs are actually from Cleveland. Yeah. Not many people know that. And Tim Ali of the Pagans gave me my first bass lessons ever. And then Tim of the Furs gave me some bass lessons. And Stiv taught me how to sing, how to not throw out my vocals, and how to pace myself and how to exercise my throat. But see, that's not what influenced me. I think if I had to name someone who influenced me the most, it was the time that I was at CB's in New York, and I was standing there. I had a tape recorder in the flower pots that were hanging above the bar. I was recording the show. I still have that recording. I haven't released it yet. I should. 2 hours of Patti Smith.
Oh my God. Come on.
And I'm standing there looking at her, and I'm looking at her band, and I'm looking around, and what I noticed was not the punk scene or the glam scene or the metal scene. I didn't notice a scene at all. What I noticed was art. I noticed one of everything in the room. And it taught me that I got to remain open-minded no matter what, and avoid labels of any kind. So like, people can call what I do punk rock all they want, but I will never call but Trumpet punk rock or any of my projects. Because
that's artist take on, like, you're doing what you're doing because you're compelled to do it. Whatever people label it, that's fine.
I have no choice but to do this. I mean, the fact that I've been in hiatus as long as I have with BT, which is this is what you're going to learn tonight. It's a project band. BT is a project of mine. It is not a band. Like everybody associates it with the Primitive Enema lineup. That's a drop in the bucket to what BT's actually done. There's 19 releases worldwide that BT's put out. in multiple countries. I do better overseas than I do in the United States. Brazil, Japan, all these different places freaking love us. And in the US, all I get is shit because, I hurt somebody's feelings, which I love to do, by the way. And I will continue to do it. Yeah. Making people slam clockwise is my goal in life.
So last week we had a conversation with Steve about kind of like keeping a record and doing the thing. And I actually got quite a bit of commentary on it. And how people are like, it's really cool that you're kind of making sure that continues. It's like, we're not making sure it continues. Art, music, the things that we are, the people that we are, it includes dissent, and it includes that angst and that thing that matters, that if we let that go, then they win.
Yes.
And we can't do that. It's not okay.
Yes. It's never okay.
We have to keep it. We have to keep that. And when it changes to meet our attitude, we'll change our fucking attitude.
Somebody has to hold a mirror up to the audience and say, I'm going to tell you your secrets through my own stories, because we're all the same. It's just the only difference is who has the guts to talk about it and who doesn't. Who has the guts to write a song about it and who doesn't, and who has the guts to go up on stage and humiliate the living crap out of themselves to make a point that anyone can do this, and who doesn't.
That's the greatness of this and what it is, and the bigger art statement. If you look at it as a whole, I think the entire thing is an art movement of its own, and it's very dissected as well. It's an individual experience that winds up kind of congealing into a bigger whole, and it that's what makes it beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I'm prepared to talk about literally anything. You want to hear some history of more than just the popular narratives. If you want to hear what actually happened, I'm willing to talk about that. I'm willing to talk about what is happening, because new stuff is in the works. I'm finally bringing BT out of hiatus.
Well,
I could even tell you why it took so long. I mean, I'm willing to talk about what the fuck ever you guys want to talk about, including this. Honey. And I'd like you to join me. You're too cute to be off camera. You kidding me? You guys should see her naked. I mean, she's just a walking porn video from that you want to see in high definition, man. She's the porn you want to see in high definition. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Dimples for days.
Hey, that was my nickname in college.
Yes, it was. The whole football team called you.
But that was when you were bending over.
It was the kayak team.
So one of the things that Gizz and I stand on is we're friends. We're good enough friends that my Tijuana Bridge Troll friend over here and I, we don't pull punches. We just let loose and have at it. If you hurt my feelings, and I just have too many fucking feelings.
See, I think that's what we loved about Thom back in 1990 was when you wrote that review, it didn't hurt our feelings. We was like, dude, this is badass. This is fucking cool. I want to meet this guy.
I knew I could. See, that's what I'm trying to say. We're a trio now. Well, we're four. There's four of us, but you can't have her. You can watch, but you can't have her. We are the same in terms of our attitude, man. We don't take ourselves seriously.
Fuck no.
I know I'm fucking gorgeous, and
I know somebody thinks you're gorgeous.
You know, I may look like like an angel, but I sing like the devil. No, that's wrong.
No, you you look like you crawled out of a swamp.
But from day one, that's why I've always loved you, Thom, because you don't pull any punches. You say exactly what you're gonna say, and you know, to love you is to love you, man.
Yeah.
Can I say something about
love? Question for you. Do you want to answer?
Can I say something about love first?
Go for it.
I've learned that I have to love everything, even if I don't like anything. You know what I mean? The difference between like and love is I don't want to get esoteric, but It is about love. It's always about love. It always has been about love because love is all. It's the only thing that's ever going to glue society together or back together for that matter, because we've stopped loving each other and we've forgotten how. And so we go to like where now we're not liking anything and everybody's not liking everything else and everybody's so busy judging everybody else. They're not doing their own assessments and figuring out how to love even things we don't like. And that's what I finally reached this plateau in my life where I've learned how to love even the things, the people that I don't necessarily like. I don't like what certain people do, but I love them anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Now you can ask me your question. Now you can ask me your question. What was it? My favorite color is blue. Okay.
Don't know if this is appropriate, but I'd love to hear about Bianca Halstead from Betty Blowtorch.
Well, for one thing, her Halstead isn't her actual last name.
I didn't ask it. It was just thrown there, buddy.
It was people.
No. That's what everybody says, but her last name actually started with a W. But Betty Blowtorch. Yeah, let's talk about Betty Blowtorch. Here's a tape. I'm not pulling any punches tonight. Here's something nobody knows. I'm giving you this early. Look at the songs on this tape right here. I mean, I know it's backwards. I don't know why my camera's reversed, but whatever. Do you see that? It says love, hate. It says fish taco and it says shrink wrap.
Sounds like a good night.
Any Betty Blowtorch fan is going to know that those are Betty Blowtorch songs. But look, watch when I move my finger, what you see backwards. This is a good example of part of the narrative that has not been told.
I think what a lot of people want to hear a little bit about it. Like,
hold on, we got to go to commercial. Ladies and gentlemen, Poop Like a Champion cereal. You get it at your local grocery store.
My favorite.
High in fiber, low in taste.
Oh, you see his coffee mug? It said cunt. Continue.
You ever see one of these? Come on, you guys. You've seen one of these.
I know that.
Right there. My God.
This is reel 1 of 3 of the new BT album.
Yeah. I've always wondered, the question I have, the original album, in studio, the process, how chaotic was that?
For which record? I've just got done telling you I made 19 of them so far.
For the one we get, an Enema, like that. I mean, I feel like
the one with that pumpkin seed song on it that everybody loves. Yeah. Okay, no problem. It was pure, unadulterated, not chaos.
What?
The chaos happened after the indie version came out, and people started liking it. And certain band members thought, there's money here. That's when the chaos started.
Did you throw the tape in the river?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we spent $700 to record Primitive Enema, including pizza. Yeah, the whole album. 2 hours of studio time in Josie Cotton. Remember her? Yeah. Johnny, are you queer boy? Oh, did I say the word queer? I'm sorry.
Shit! Oh no!
And I'm white. Help! But
prove it.
Cotton had a recording studio in her house, and she was dating a guy. I don't know if you ever heard of him. His name is Gizz X. At the time. And so I wanted to record there because I heard that there were some good tones. I'm always after tones. I mean, that's why I have 2 bass players and stuff. I like to invent my own tones. I like to come up with tones that other people can't copy because it's fun because the narrative in the scene and elsewhere is everything's been done. It's okay to copy because, it's all been done before anyway. I like to find stuff that is so simple. People go, oh, why didn't I think of that? That hasn't been done yet. That's my challenge, my personal challenge, right? And I learned how to do that is simply by writing songs about my character defects.
Oh, shit,
It's an
there's a lot
endless
of material
supply
there.
of song ideas. Endless supply. And not only that, but not only that, but I get to write songs that I can deliver from here.
Yeah.
Right. And it just so happens that since we're actually all the same, it's just that some of us admit that and some of us haven't realized that yet, and some of us know it. Right. But when those songs then come out, people go, wow, I really relate to that song. I mean, it's really like, you have the guts to sing about a song about that or that or that. It's like, I was going to take that secret to my grave, and you're singing a song about it naked, you know? Like,
Gizz,
but
never
Enema was $700, 2 days and a night in the recording studio. Gizz, it was actually a joke to put his name as, it was an inside joke to put his name as producer, because he produced that. He actually never heard Butt Trumpet, not a single note, didn't come to a single live show. So he was completely cold when we set up, and I said, show me your microphones, show me this, show me that. And we went in and we tooled up for analog. We recorded it 24 track 2-inch. And we used this, that. My vocals were on just a 58. I didn't want to use the Neve. I didn't want to use this. We're not trying to make, you know, the next Weezer record. You know, we're trying to just get a couple songs was my goal, and it clicked. As soon as we tooled up and we recorded live, I was able to run through all 3 reels and still have time left in the day to start overdubs of the lead guitar. So I had Blair do just rhythm through the whole first, so I had something to hold up her lead so that you didn't get this big bottom falling out, because there's 2 basses, right? So if the rhythm guitar goes away, you fucking notice it in Butt Trumpet. So we can't, you know, I had to make sure that there was at least something there. And since it's analog, it's not like I can sit there in Pro Tools and, you know, it was purely analog. So did that second pass, which Blair, to her credit, did a fantastic job. Like, all we did was run the reels, and she just noodled her way through it, which is why I called her Blair N bitch. Letter N stands for noodles, because she could noodle better than anybody I've ever, you know, that I knew at the time. So she noodled her way through the 3 reels. That saved time. Then everybody went home, got some sleep, and came back, and we did vocals took only like 3 hours, brought a few friends down. They're credited on the record as the Butt Trumpets, which has become a thing in Butt Trumpet. Like, our live shows now, like, when I'm healthy enough to play live, and I'm going to explain that too later. If you guys ask me about it, I'll tell you anything you want to know. But people are invited to participate at Butt Trumpet shows any way you want. You want to be the Mikey the Flaming Dick dancer, set your dick on fire with lighter fluid on stage? I have footage of it at the Coconut Teaser. You're officially now a member of Butt Trumpet as a performance artist. And we would do that for anyone who wanted to participate. And so these people came on and helped with the backing vocals. And then Gizz and I stayed up all night mixing all 3. And $350 a day was the lockout rate. And so $700 got us that album. And it ended up being released on Hell Yeah, Dionysus Records. Lee Joseph, love that man. Yeah, he released our first 7-inch, which I have nearby here, because we're going to talk about that. I've got something important to say about that one you guys are going to love.
Yes, sir.
He released the first Bad Town Boys 7-inch.
This one.
No, that's not it.
Lee Joseph put this one out, and then he put out the flannel 7-inch too. This one, which says Hell Yeah on it. I wish this wasn't backwards, but we made it look like
it's backwards to you, but not to us. I'm okay. The address is
perfect then. That's perfect. All right, so we made it look like a Sub Pop record. We were making fun of Sub Pop.
Who doesn't?
Right.
So I want to hear about the chaos of the whole thing, because One
All
of
right.
the
I'll tell you.
what was the term that was on the Wikipedia? It was like bands that were supposed to be like not. I forget what the actual quote was. It was something about like basically you put together a bunch of bands that were doomed
To fail.
Like they were made to fail on purpose, kind of thing.
Yeah, I put them. Yeah, deliberately. Yes, and I always have one member that has no idea what punk rock is. You know what people call punk rock. Like I had a jazz fusion drummer on Enema. Jerry didn't know what punk was. He was a jazz fusion drummer, like opposite. You know, and so. But that forces them to play from the heart because they haven't been able to think their way through it and come up with their, you know, how they're going to tell their lie musically. Forces the honesty out of people. So every record I do, I've got at least one member because I always put together different lineups for different projects, and then I put together people who normally would not mix, and I go as far as I can with them until it explodes.
Yeah.
And once it explodes, rinse and repeat.
There you go. I like that's always it's so cheerleader-ish. It's so fun to me to listen to. I'm like, this is like that just doesn't even kind of belong there, but it would not be the same without it. It absolutely it lives in that groove. And so that's why when I talk about the chaos, it's like what you design, the music that you emote, and the things that come out of you. I am very curious of what that process is, because to me, you feel like Allen Ginsberg in a studio swinging a ladder at the fucking Beatles.
Wow, that's quite a compliment, actually.
Yeah, dude, it's that's what I see. I'm like, this is fucking. You would fight Mike Patton on stage, and then probably sit on his face.
Yeah, I mean,
tell me that. You wouldn't duct tape him. You would scotch tape him.
Yeah, I mean, I banged my girlfriend behind the drum kit during a show before. You know, I mean, these are just things that happen. Oh, I lost my clothes. What am I going to do? We're on in 3 minutes. Oh, well, the show must go on. Yeah. You know, and the idea of butt trumpet is what Bianca and I really developed this idea together was let's, instead of putting on shows, let's throw parties.
Yeah.
Let's try to figure out how to break down the wall between the audience and the band as fast as possible. And let's, instead of trying to be a big fish in a big pond like every other fucking band, why don't we dig our own pond and invite people swimming?
That's fucking beautiful.
And so we deliberately set out to do as much of whatever the hell we wanted as possible. We didn't really care about what's going on around us. So when people ask us about our influences, I can't answer that question because I'm literally influenced by everything I've ever seen, everything I've ever done. My influences change every day, and I'm not trying to copy anybody. I'm trying to be a unique expression of whatever the hell, and I mean whatever the hell God is, right? Whatever God even is. I have no concept of it. What I do have is the knowledge that it ain't me. And so I try to be a unique expression of whatever that is. And that comes out in ways that people don't like more often than not. And that's fair.
And that experience is different every fucking time you wake up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Your life is definitely not fucking Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day? Did you say Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day.
What is Groundhog Day?
Like this.
Really Brown says
Butt Trumpet Jr., the Really Brown session. This sold out in 10 minutes. But I walked into Raji's with the box of cassettes. This was a recording that was made in 12 minutes. The Dwarves were down recording. They were mixing Sugar Fix, that album. And they hated the studio. It was Cole Street Studios in Hollywood. So they called us up. The entire narrative of how this recording came to be is in the jacket of this tape here. And what ended up happening is they said, look, man, we're down here to mix. We hate this studio, but we don't have any of our gear. Let's use your gear. We'll let you make a recording, and then we can use your gear. We'll record some shit. And that way the day doesn't go to waste because the label paid for it. And we're like, cool. So we did all that, recorded 5 songs in 12 minutes. This is all of them were numbered. This is number 1 of 100. Sorry, guys, but I got number 1 because I am number 1. I deserve it.
Did you have 2 for us?
And the guitar player rehearsed with us one time, and the drummer didn't know where the song stopped. So Bianca, between takes, and Sharon was getting her hair done and couldn't show up for this. That's why it's Butt Trumpet Junior, because it only had 1 bass. And Bianca's teaching the guitar player between takes how to play the song.
In 12 minutes?
In 12 minutes. This is all pure chaos. So
11.
Fast forward. I have recently, in the last few years, got with Sharon, the missing member. She has laid down her track and her vocal, and I am tooling up. I'm gonna reissue this, and it's also gonna have the Sharon version as well. And so this is something that's coming, and I have something even more exciting.
Yeah, I do want to hear about the forward stuff. I want to hear about that.
Let's talk about Enema. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Actually, I don't think Enema's that important right now. I think the other 19, well, Enemas are great.
Enemas are always important unless you don't ever want to take a shit again.
Well, I don't have a lot of large intestine left, so
I like milk.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did dying twice before I was 18, not 3 times. So you fucking win.
I always do.
Nah. Let's fight. I want to know about the other recordings that we didn't get here in the States because we're a shitty audience.
Well, I put one in the chat. That's a whole album, Bored Stiff. I never released that on any. See, that's an old website. That's going to become, I think, BT's official site when I relaunch the stuff that I'm about to do here pretty soon. I am active, finally coming out, and what's kept me back for so long is actually MS.
Okay, well, that's not an easy one.
Yeah, but I'm on a new medication, monoclonal antibodies. You heard of those?
I have not.
It basically nuked the B cells in my system, and for about 6 months, I was a boy in a bubble. Anything would have given me an infection, but my immune system, by killing off my B cell once a month with this stuff, it's just like an EpiPen. Big deal. This is new technology. My T cells, white blood cells, all that stuff have overcompensated, rebuilt my immune system like Steve Austin, the Bionic Man. I got a bionic immune system now, and I don't need B cells anymore. So keeping them dead, and the B cells are what are attacking my nervous system. That is MS. When your immune system thinks your nervous system is an infection, it starts attacking it from the inside. So there's no fight left, and so I'm able to, and I've felt better in a long time. So with this window of opportunity, I'm getting stronger and stronger, and it's time to finally release the back catalog again and stuff that you guys have never heard, a live album. I've always wanted to do a Butt Trumpet Christmas.
How many months were you in that bubble?
6 months.
Let's
6
go
months?
backwards.
So 6 months, no pegging. That must have been hard.
This year.
Yeah, when did that start? Was this year?
Yeah, January.
Okay. I mean, we've both been through a host of health problems, and it has come up, and like how health problems actually affect mental health in the long term. Like I said, I'm missing most of my large intestine. Gizz is the only rock star I've ever met. It's missing a rib, can't suck his own dick.
You know what? He always brings that up every fucking week.
I got
it,
dude.
Funny. It's still funny.
Look,
I got it.
Everybody's got their pet thing that they have to talk about, and it usually involves a penis.
Yeah.
No, mine's my testicles. That's why I'm the Unabomber.
Oh, that part. Okay, you're weird, dude. There's something wrong with you. You need help.
I want that tattoo. You're weird, dude. And then, bing, bing.
Tom's face is
Yeah.
stick figure.
Yeah.
You're weird, dude. On your ball.
I just noticed the comments tab, guys. I'm sorry. I was on this private chat going to nowhere, and I see the tab here, and so I'm getting caught up with you guys. I'll address anything you guys want to address. I'm an open book with no time limit tonight. You guys can ask me anything. So let me tell you about the chaos that happened after Primitive Enema was released on Hell Yeah. Would you like to know how it got signed? How it ended up on EMI?
EMI and Chrysalis, right?
Yeah. You want to know how that happened?
I do.
We broke up. That's how it happened.
No, well, that means you're just making money.
Literally. We released it on Hell Yeah. And within a week, I was in a bidding war with 5 major labels. And the bidding went way up. And so the label that I chose to fuck with the most, and I learned what A&R stands for. It stands for airplanes and restaurants. Okay? Because they'll fly you anywhere and they'll feed you anything. Bianca and I, we would go to these lavish lunches like it's Spago's and shit. And we would say 2 bottles of Dom Perignon, please. Neither one of us drink alcohol, but they didn't know that. We'd have 2 bottles sitting there and we would not drink it the entire meal. And at the end, they'd be like, well, you didn't drink the Dom Perignon or whatever most expensive thing we could possibly order, right? And then we'd be like, well, we don't drink. We just wanted to spend your money.
There you go. That's the part of the art that matters the most.
So the bidding got stupid. We're talking 7, even 8 figures. I'm not going to say the exact amount, okay? And okay, so here's our chance to sell out, right? Is what they're thinking. Certain members of the band who shall remain nameless. Let's just say everybody but me, okay? I don't have to name the name. Bianca fell for it for a minute, but she and I actually worked it out later. We'll talk about all of that. You're gonna get the story that nobody knows tonight. I've decided because of our history, Mr. Lazlo, especially, I owe you this after thrashing the fuck out of your band the way I did.
It wasn't hard.
Amends. Is you're going to get some stuff that no one's ever heard before, but it all centers around this, and I'm going to explain this in a minute. Okay? And t-shirts. All right. So what ended up happening is...
Is this where the trade war started?
Tom.
Is this where the trade war started? I'll trade you a t-shirt for a t-shirt. Only give me $20 for it.
No, it was worse than that. And it has to do with Seattle too, man. So it's you're gonna like this story. I'll tell a quick version of it, but you'll still get to hear the fun parts. All right, so Enema's out in a bidding war. It's getting stupid. Labels were in Columbia, Atlantic, Interscope, EMI, Chrysalis, and I fucking forget the 5th one, but there were 5. And it got stupid. So I'm sitting there, EMI, they keep calling me up. We want to sign you. I'm like, fuck you. Click. And they kept calling me back. This is Daniel Glass, CEO of EMI. We really do. We want to sign you. We want to talk to you. Why won't you talk to us? I'm like, because click. They finally flew out from New York on a Friday, and they said, and they called up and said, please don't hang up. Please don't hang up. We're flying out on a Friday to meet you. Nobody does that in the music business. And I'm like, you're right. Nobody does shit on a Friday because they're too busy getting wasted all weekend, So, and making their plans. So we go to the EMI offices. They sent a limo, and I said, no, I want to. I'm way too humble for that. Send me a town car.
Double long.
I'm a 12th degree black belt at humility, you guys. You got to understand. So,
what is it called?
You don't know that word.
Hummer.
Yeah, you're
it's that thing you paid $20 for on Santa Monica Boulevard. Yeah,
20.
And
you spent so much money, man.
Yeah, and that wasn't a girl. Okay, So you know,
Yeah, 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
doesn't matter nowadays. It doesn't matter. It never did to me. I don't care. I'm trisexual. I'll try anything. I don't care. But, so they send the town car. We go down to the offices on Sunset. We go up there, and there's this big old table, just like in the frickin' movies, you know. And I'm at one end, and Daniel's at the other. Fred Braverman, and you know, all these different people are all there, and there's dead silence for like 10 freaking minutes. Nobody's starting a conversation, and I'm just sitting there doing this. So Daniel finally speaks up. And he looks at me. He goes, "What do people like you want?"
Cocaine and strawberries.
People like you, right? What do people like you want? Because like we're offering to sign you. Why don't you want a record deal? Doesn't any band want a record deal? And I said, "What do people like me want?" My rights.
Yep.
I don't want you to take my rights to make the art I want to make. And here's how we're going to do this if you play ball. I said, "What's the number now we're up to?" It doesn't matter. Let's just say it was $1 million. We'll just for shits and giggles. How much would it cost me to be able to have my own choice of artist for the record covers? 10,000? 15? How much would it cost me to have sequencing rights? I decide which songs go on the record and in what order. How much would it cost me to choose the first single? How much would it cost me to write the press releases? How much would it cost me to be able to say, you know, and go down the line and keep my merch rights, my publishing rights? How much would it cost me? And I talked them down to $60,000. And I went back to the band and I said, "You guys, we have success." EMI swore publicly when they fired the Sex Pistols that they were never going to sign another punk rock band again as long as they live. If we sign to them, because other people call us punk, I don't, okay? But other people call us punk, wouldn't that be funny? And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Good. So now you know." I talked them down from this number down to $60,000. And they went, "What?
Wait, you wanted?
What? Why would you do that?" "Because I'd rather earn $1 million than pay it back. Don't you understand? Record labels are nothing more than a bank.
Is that even a
And
bank? They're a broker.
they own you the money. They own your ass.
Yep.
And now you're their bitch. Because since you owe them, you have to do what they tell you. The first thing they're going to do, number one on their list of to do things with a new band they sign, is to deliberately not understand you.
So I would say that
and then force you to be like the bands that are making money.
This
So
is
the
a
way
lesson in
Yes.
proper economics. You take your control, you take your destiny along with you. This is a perfect example of what this is supposed to be. This is beautiful art.
This is why I love Wet Leg, for example. Like they're a band that doesn't give a shit. Okay, and they're doing, and they have genuine humility.
Yeah.
And we'll talk, you know, but we're talking about BT right now. Let me tell you this story because it's a good one. So I go back to them, and I've never told that you're getting the world premiere of this story. I've never told anyone this publicly.
Exclusive, motherfucker.
You're getting the exclusive, yeah. So I go back to them, and they're like, you know, how are we going to pay our bills and this and that? And they're all worried about like the material creature comforts and all that. And I'm like, you guys, why are we even here if we don't have faith in what we're doing? And if we're supposed to make $1 million, I'm just using $1 million as a thing, then it's going to happen. But see, the money has to be secondary. It has to be a service. It can't be the goal. Because as soon as we do that, we didn't make Primitive Enema. We didn't make all these other records and releases that have come out before Primitive Enema and after, right? Before. for money. We didn't have any money. It's why the first 7-inch sucks, because I didn't have time to mix it. It's just a board dump. But that has changed. We'll talk about that later.
Like we're gonna go over, and I don't give a shit. I can do this all fucking night, dude.
I told him this was going to be a special, and you guys aren't going to get me to shut up because I have enough. I'm going to tell you guys enough that you're going to want to go over. Everybody else has to quit on the hour. You go ahead and fucking leave. Go home to your mommy and go listen to fucking, whatever. Taylor Swift. Okay. Have fun with that. Okay. But if you want to learn how to do something on a major label with integrity, I'm trying to give some secrets away.
That's what I want to hear.
Because integrity is everything to me. Even if it costs me the lineup, I don't care. My integrity is not for sale. It never will be. Okay.
But the thing is, real quick, the thing is, in the 90s, you on something very, very, with every band that came out in the 90s, nobody knew what the word advancement,
right, or recoupment.
Yeah. And every band was like, yeah, sure, fuck yeah, we're on a major label. And look what happened.
Yeah. No wonder it broke, except for Billy Corgan and Eddie Vedder.
Album number 2 always sucked, and it wasn't the band's fault. It was because they signed a deal that allowed the label to fuck with their second record.
Yep.
I did not allow that. I deliberately negotiated a deal where I could lock them out of the studio. I could choose my own producer, which was me. And I have proof that I'm the actual producer behind Enema 2. I produced every single bunch of recording there is. It was a joke. Okay, that's why we put it so damn big on the record. Produced by Gizz. We were all laughing about it until he came around for the money. I had to pay him off $10,000 just to get him to shut the fuck up. He was calling me and the label every day. Sorry, Gizz, it's the truth and you know it.
Yeah.
And where's your integrity? You know what happened. You never heard my band. You engineered it, and I told you how to wire us up because you didn't know. You hit play, record, stop, and punch. Those were your 4 buttons. All right.
He's got a reputation.
Yeah. Right. So and then he.
Hey, Lazlo, the second last Lazlo record was produced by Gizz X.
But did he produce it? Did he come to your studio? Did he give you suggestions on what you could do to improve it? Did he help you with your tones? Did he do that?
Yeah.
Okay, then he did produce it. And he's a great producer. But the reality is he didn't actually produce the Butt Trumpet record, Primitive Enema, because he'd never heard our band before. There was nothing to produce. It's analog. What went to tape, right? So he helped mix it. He and I mixed it together. That's all true. And I gave him credit for staying up all night. We drank like 8 pots of coffee. And he was cool about it because I couldn't afford the 3rd day. And I will forever love him and give him credit, even though he's done some things I don't like. See, like and love. So I had to make a point of it. I love the man very much. But he did some things I don't like because, he came back and wanted to take that credit. He wanted points. He wanted, 10%. He wanted all this. Dude, come on. How do you know when a deal is a partnership and then when it's a trap? I do want to get to that question, but let me get real fast. You guys, let me tell you the story, the Enema story, because everybody's been asking and I've never told it. And I'm going to give it to you. Okay. I'll do the fast version. So what ended up happening was I ended up negotiating it down. The band was not happy about it at all. But I kept on trying to explain to them, look, we could do this with integrity and make the money if to make the money that you guys want so bad. Okay. The second album, we were already starting to write. I showed you that some of these songs that ended up on Betty existed in Butt Trumpet, and there's a reason for that. If you watch that movie that Anthony Scarpa made very carefully and you read between the lines, there's a scene where they're saying, oh no, what are we going to do? Who's going to write our songs? Do the math. I don't have to say it, okay? Just do the math. And I let it all happen because I was the key member in the contract for Butt Trumpet. If I didn't allow it, it didn't happen. And the reason for all of that was because it's always been my project. They signed that deal knowing that it was my project. And so that's kind of how it all went down. And but what I did when we did the publishing agreements and stuff, I gave them each 20% because it isn't about the money for me. So like today, I own 100% of the copyrights, all of it, the name, everything. All the master tapes are in my possession because it really is mine. And anyone else claiming otherwise, well, all right, step up. Where's your master tape? Prove it. Prove it. Prove it in any way. I even have in Gizz's own handwriting under on the track sheet my name as under the producer box. Okay, so I've got that, and I've got receipts for every single thing that I'm telling you tonight. Okay, it's just that why would I bring that out? I don't want war. I want people to create. Because they created Betty Blowtorch, I don't care where the songs came from. Bianca was out there making art. Sharon was out there making art. Blair, Judy, I believed in. And I wanted that to happen because I wasn't in a position to make art at the moment. I recorded an album called Board Stiff, and then I learned some things about that lineup to where I could never tour with them. They lied to me about some things that were deal breakers. Doesn't matter what they were, but that lineup had to go. Too bad, because the album kicks ass. So I released it to the internet, unmastered in 1995. And the album, the version of it on the internet, the only version, actual masters are way better. And I've never pressed it up. And now I want to. But I have something to show you guys that's going to blow your fucking minds having to do with Enema right now. Here's what doomed the Primitive Enema lineup. We were out doing some tours. We were doing this. They were so mad about the low advance that I tried to compensate. I made a mistake. I hired a manager who was a friend of a band member. Okay? Never do that if you're in a band. Your manager has to be somebody that everybody gets to hate equally.
Yep.
Okay. If the manager's a friend of any band member or family or anything like that, the rest of the members, if it's a band, not a project, there's a difference, will think that you're in cahoots against them. And they'll always be paranoid. And that's what happened here. So what I did is I got a manager found a manager that was friends, thinking that would calm them down because they thought I was control freaking because I had the audacity and I was able to negotiate the money down and they didn't have any say in it. But we were broken up at the time. They all came back once I got my deal pretty much ready to sign. I hired the lawyer. I did all of it. I did the negotiations. My lawyer, Jeffrey Light, he's like, what do you need me for? I learned contract law. I got one of those brains. And I negotiated the thing myself, as I told you guys. I literally sold back my rights to get my rights back. I sold back the advance to them because I knew what it was. It was a loan. And I didn't want to pay it back. So I used it as leverage. So one of the perks I got in this deal, this is how good the deal was I had a budget, non-recoupable. And to those of you out there, that means I don't have to pay it back. It was a gift, a signing bonus, that I kept the vinyl rights. So what I did was I was going to make a double 10-inch definitive version of Primitive Enema. And I mastered it. EMI paid to put me in Studio A at A&M, which is the West Coast Abbey Road. at the time. And I went in, and because I did so much with Flipside Records, bringing masters down to disc mastering, they let me modify their cutter to do half speed. They literally let me hack their machine to do half speed mastering. So I was able to make the tape and bring it down, and I did a half speed master.
Wow.
Of the double 10-inch definitive version of Primitive Enema. Now you're asking me, in your mind, you must be, why is it still in this form? Why haven't you pressed it? That's because when I went to the pressing plant, it was going to be pressed at Rainbow. I go there and I set up everything to get these pressed, and I go to the bank account and withdraw the money, and it's gone. Then I go to my own personal band account, and I go to, I'll have to figure out, maybe it's a glitch. I'll pay for it out of my account. That money's gone. Then I call the manager and not taking my calls. Then I call the business manager, not taking my calls. Then I talk to my lawyer, and he does some investigative work and finds out that the accounts have been cleaned out. And so what I did is I took out of my personal money, we did a show in Seattle, right? This is going down at the same time, at a place called, it was a KNDD radio, a big station up here, The End. We were number one for 16 straight weeks while Nirvana's In Utero just came out. We were number one with I'm Ugly and I Don't Know Why for 16 straight freaking weeks in Seattle. And when we're there, we were playing with Radiohead, Sheryl Crow, The Cramps. I think Bikini Kill played that night. It was great in a big venue that they do every Christmas called Deck the Hall Ball. And so we were playing that. And the t-shirts, we were doing color t-shirts. I lowered the price to $8 so the kids could afford water and still get a t-shirt, because I know that the t-shirts are walking billboards. The band and the manager kept raising the price back up to like the same as everybody else with their multicolor shirts. We had a band meeting about it, and they started calling me things like a woman hater and control freak and this and that. And Butthole Servers had a song called Some Dispute Over T-Shirt Sales. Give it I.
Yeah.
You do the, yeah. And I went in my room and wrote a song called Woman Hater that's on the Board Stiff album. I linked in the chat earlier, and you guys can hear it. And we went out, did that show. We had one more show booked at the Coconut Teaser, and that was it for Christmas break. I went to my personal account. I sent them each a few $100s each, because I thought everybody lost their money. I hadn't figured out what happened. It wasn't until they used that money to buy a lawyer to send my resignation letter to EMI on their letterhead, not mine, that I had quit the band. I didn't quit the band. It isn't a band. It's a project. I'm the key member. The leaving member clause has my name in it only. You can't do that. So EMI calls me. He says, what's up? I'm like, let's have fun with this. What else can we do? Right? So right now, you guys got to service Ugly. It's the first single. It came out. You guys are hitting the radio. I stole Sharon's second grade picture off of her dresser and I made it cover, and then just to rub it in, the CD's got it 5 more times. And so you got to have fun no matter what's going on, man. And this was one of the hardest times of my life. I'll be honest. I almost offed myself over this shit because this fucking hurt. Because they're going around telling people I'm on heroin, that this, all this, assassinating my character. I found out they sold my van that was in Butt Trumpet's name, so I could write it off. That's what you do in the industry. Nothing illegal. They sold it for $1.
Oh,
so I wouldn't get it. They took all the money, including mine. They took the money for this, and you guys didn't get this yet because since then, my health issues and other things, and the fact that I'm alone in the world. Long story, but my family, I don't know who my family is. My parents would never tell me. They're from Europe, and they're gone now, and I'm never going to know who my family is. And it's just the way it is. I've been trying to press this up, but and I've had offers, but they all want to bend me over a chair. And I'm not going to do that.
She wants to do it first.
I'm not going to do that. Only she gets to bend me over a chair. Okay. We party.
She down good enough.
So she's the pegger and you're Peggy.
So they're immediately going out going, there's no double tenants coming out. He's lying. Well, what the hell's this? What's this?
My God, I am excited. Now, do you have a place to put that to press, people to master, and all those things?
Let me tell you something. This was cut at studio. The pre-prep was done at Studio A, West Coast Abbey Road. I deliberately did something to the EMI version to make it fine, but not this. This is the definitive audiophile version of Primitive Enema. That was literally, imagine if this came out in 2026, that it was mastered in 1994. This survived our house fire. The 2 days before the house fire, she somehow took it out of the closet, put it in a cedar chest, wrapped in a blanket that her mom gave her. And it was one of the only things that survived our house fire.
Genius.
If that isn't a sign, along with this tape, this is the first 7-inch tape. There's 6. We did 6 songs. Only 3 have ever been released so far. You guys, nobody would listen to me. Nobody would listen to me. It was me versus them, and all they would do is listen. So I just shut up. I spoke through my lawyer. Blair asked me to do that. There's that infamous phone message that's in the movie. If you could do it through a lawyer, if you have anything to say to me or the band, do it through a lawyer. So, okay, fine. I'm respectfully, okay, fine. No drama. Let's just do this. And I ended up getting all my rights back because I have all the receipts. But I also allowed the butt trumpet tour that they did with the fake me, a guy named Danny, who quit on stage when he realized how badly they were ripping me off. He literally quit at the Limelight in the middle of the set and walked off, and that's documented in that movie, and I have the rest of it. And when he came home, I did 2 interviews with him, each of them over an hour long, that tells the whole story. Like I said, I got the receipts. I still allowed it all to happen. Meanwhile, nobody knows this until now. Bianca and I had made up a long time ago. We already were planning the next butt trumpet album, but we had a problem. They got into a deal with Food Chain with the Betty Blowtorch. They had to at least finish that tour and fulfill their obligations before they had their opt-out. And when they did, a certain member was going to be left behind because this certain member was the embezzler. And I'm not going to say who. And the rest of them were going to, hopefully, if they wanted to, let's go make the next BT album. And then, like we always did when we would do like breakups on stage, is we'd be back next week at another show. And people would ask us about it, and we'd be like, "What are you talking about?" Pretend nothing ever happened, And so we were going to pull a great rock and roll swindle, right?
We call that, never heard of it.
Nowhere with another album. And that's what we're going to do. Except one minor problem happened. Bianca fucking died.
Yeah, not helpful.
And I got the first phone call. And that phone call was because, Thom, you can't find out. It was from, well, maybe she doesn't want, I'm not going to say her name, but she was someone who flew in to help them get through the tour when Judy and Sharon quit. I wonder why they would quit in the middle of a tour. You do the math, okay? I don't need to go there. I wasn't there, so I'm not going to speak details on that, even though I know them. I know a lot of details. I even know why Bianca got in that car. But there's certain things that need to remain personal and private for the family and for other reasons, right? But here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that this is hard, you guys. I can tell you that the hardest thing I've ever done in my life was learn how to love. Because so many things, like really how to love, meaning to let the people around me do things that I don't like so that they can learn their own lessons. I can't be a teacher to people who don't want to step from me, right? You can't force people to do things for you. Life has to be voluntary. If your heart's not in it, your head's not going to be in it. So I let them follow their own hearts, and I let them do what they were doing, because all I wanted was for everybody to be happy and to be able to create, because that's what this is about. You guys understand what I'm about to say. I do this to save my ass, not because I want to. Art and expression. And to be a unique expression of whatever this is spiritually, right? I'm going to have to think outside the box instead of being a follower. And so, yeah, we were gonna do another butt trumpet lineup, and she died. And so I went into a depression, and I stayed sober since 92. I've been sober since February. I'm 33 years, and it hasn't been easy. And by 2000, I blew a fuse, neurological fuse, and I ended up in the hospital at Cedars for a year. And it turns out I have something called complex regional pain syndrome in my left leg. I'm not ashamed to talk about it, because I learned how to be in a different mood than my own body. Right now, I'm in pain. My leg feels like it's literally on fire. Literally. Put it in boiling water, and that is what my leg feels like. And now I have MS on top of that. And I waited and waited and hoped and prayed that I could get out of that bed. And I finally was able to on this new medication, this new science. And I have a window of opportunity. I do not know how long this window is going to be open. So I'm trying to get the music out to the fans, get reissues back out, and the bonus tracks, and a new album that is a celebration of everything else, the love part of it all, right? And there's a song on there that I didn't get to say my eulogy to Bianca because Judy, Sharon, and I were all banned from the funeral. I wasn't allowed to go because nobody knew. And Bianca wasn't here to tell them, wait a minute, we were planning a little secret rock and roll swindle. We were cool. We figured it all out. We worked it out. And so I was still on the hate list, and people still believe some of that bullshit. Even though I've got all the proof otherwise, and I've got the receipts. They're not listening. They weren't listening all the time. And so I just shut up. And I dealt with my pain in my own way. I had to do a lot of work on myself to get to where I am right now. And where I am right now is I have a window of opportunity because of the MS. I don't know how long that window is going to be open for. And I am going to do as much as I can. And I'm DIY. No label's going to bend me over a chair. But if a label wants to work with me, or somebody wants to help me press this up and that up and that up, I have all the rights. I can reissue primitive enema. I can put out board stiff, mastered on vinyl. I finally got my mastering lab rebuilt after the house fire. The gear behind me I've been able to acquire. I'm missing a bunch of stuff, but I've got it. And I'm up and operational enough now that I and healthy enough that at least ready to start reissuing this. Now, as far as a live lineup goes, I don't know if I even want to do one because of all the drama that would probably happen because of the misunderstandings that people just don't want to hear my side of the story. They're probably tuning out right now, and that's okay. So anyway, if you want any fill-in details of that, that's a basic narrative. You guys, what happened? You guys can go ahead and ask your questions.
I don't know that I have a lot of questions for it. I mean, I think you explained it really, really concisely, and I think it's a beautiful place for you to be. I feel horrible about what you had to gone through. I don't feel like it's appropriate to ask about your sobriety. I think that this is something that
you can. I just won't tell you how I got sober and how I stay sober. Like
probably jail and hospital. I mean, I was there.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I mean, it's like someone from the audience says, "Hey, man, are you sober?" I'll be like, "Yeah." Then I'll say, "Hey, are you a member of this fellowship?" I'll say, "That's none of your fucking business." You see, there's where the line is.
Gizz and I went through this with Joey's stuff. There was a little bit of controversy there, and we got really ostracized and pushed away from that whole thing. And I still don't for 100% understand why we became the butt of the whole thing. And it's like, well, fuck off. Joey's our friend. We love him, and that's the end of it. And there's nothing you can do to change that. We were uninvited all of it, and then re-invited all of it, which is weird.
Yeah.
I applaud you for plowing through. I like your view. I like what you're doing. I like what you've done to change yourself. And not change yourself. I want to say this better. You recognize the thing that's inside of you. That you see who you are. That is hard for men to do. We're not taught to allow that.
That's why I've done a lot of work with women because I would just be like, "Can you please tell me what the hell feelings are?"
Yeah.
I don't have words for my feelings, and I need to know what the words are because men don't sit around saying, "Today, let's talk about melancholy." What is it? Let's drill down into melancholy. Most men don't, right? I mean, society doesn't really let us feel too much. We're supposed to be, things are changing slowly. I don't know if it's for the better. I don't care. I stay out of that controversy. But I wanted to say, because I mentioned I wasn't allowed to say the eulogy. I wasn't allowed to the funeral. Well, all that's about to change. Because on the new album is a song that is finally a eulogy to Bianca. And it has something in it that is going to blow your mind when it's released. And I'm not going to say what it is because you just got to give me this one. This has to stay under wraps but it's way beyond what people think I'm capable of, put it that way. And it's something I've thought about for a quarter freaking century. And I want to go on record that I have invited, and the invitation's still open because it's not too late. It's getting late. Maybe you can be on with vocals, but to do any tracking and overdubs, I have some guest people coming on doing some things, and you guys, we're going to talk about this offline. But I invited Sharon and Blair and Judy and even Mia. There's open invitations for them to come and do something. I don't care if they want to attend a triangle once; they'll get a credit on the record. I have not excluded anyone from this new record that wants to be on it or involved in it in any way. And if they claim otherwise, they're lying. So I want to be, that's clear. They're invited to be on this record if they want to be. So, and they've said they wanted to be, but then when it's time, they're like, they don't show up. So that's on them. And it's going to be their loss because I'm making a monster. You guys, I can't even believe what's happening. People are showing up.
I'm excited.
One person in particular has never played this particular instrument outside of their own band. For anyone else ever, has always turned down every invitation to be on anyone's record playing this particular instrument. He's someone you definitely know.
You got Yo-Yo Ma?
Of punk rock.
If you go onto his Instagram, you'll know.
If you go on the Instagram, is it on the Instagram?
Yeah, it is.
It's Billy Zoo.
She doesn't only speak; she's running the show right now. She's got a hand up his ass.
Bill-
She's
Billy, Billy
I'm-
Zoo.
I'm-
Billy
I'm not
Zoom.
in- oh no shit!
Billy Zoom is playing saxophone on this song,
Oh my god!
and he's
I just
never
was
played
waiting.
sax for anybody else, and he's doing it for BT, and he's doing it for Binks, and we're celebrating that. And that's not all. There's more. This record's full of surprises. It's full of me finally getting to say what I wanted to say instead of compromising 80% to people who then turn around and stab me in the back. And I'm not a victim. I have the receipts. I am absolutely inviting them to come and try to stab me now because it ain't going to happen. You see what I'm saying? In other words, we can move forward. There can be forgiveness. We can get back to why we were doing this in the first place. All you got to do is grow the fuck up and get in the studio with me and let's do this. And if you don't, I'm doing it anyway. Because it's always been my project. F you. And it's self-produced. You'll see.
I'm in no way like trying to end this because I want this to continue. We're not done at all. I just do want to acknowledge the fact that your openness and your honesty and you're being who you are and letting loose like that, that is where beauty lies.
Dude, I knew that the fucking day I met you, Tom.
No, you didn't. You wrote a shitty review of you because you suck.
But he was honest.
No, you guys, come on. I did that deliberately in order to make it stand out, to cause shit. Don't you understand there's no such thing as bad press?
Yes.
Right.
All press is good press.
I did that so that people would notice it in the whole sea of reviews. They'd go, what the fuck is this? I have to hear it.
Yeah.
Because it can't be that bad. And see what I did? I played a fucking back reverse psychology move is what I did.
Yeah.
And DLP played along. They played it back. Who the fuck is Thom? That made me a rock star, you know? Now Thom Flipside is, out doing this and Thom Flipside's doing that because people are talking about me. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
It just matters that they're talking.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
But if it wasn't for your words, typing those fucking words, and it being in that fucking magazine, that issue, you and I would have never met. And look at us here, 4 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't for you typing those words and him getting where he is, and then fucking me and I talking, I wouldn't be just Paul. I'd be some other Paul. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that your honesty is beautiful, and that's what your love's about.
It is, man.
See, there's other releases. I finally did get a single 10-inch out, right? This one.
Where do I find
This was
that?
recorded. This was recorded at Total Access, which is the studio that all the SST shit was recorded in. Minuteman, Black Flag, all that. Yeah. Guns N' Roses recorded Appetite for Destruction, and all the No Doubt records were recorded there. I wanted to see what we would sound like, so I made sure I was in a horrible mood, and I went in there and just literally ripped the shit out of their automated board and recorded this. Slade from Tribe 8 plays drums on this.
Nice.
Oh my God, what a great!
Was he ready for that?
Huh?
Was he ready for that?
Slade is a female.
Slade's a female. She. I don't know who everybody is all the time because I drink a lot.
Ever heard of Tribe 8? They were one of those Riot Girl bands. They were from San Francisco, Bay Area.
So I have a really, really strange relationship with the Riot Girl bands being in LA. And
So do I.
Yeah.
And
Nico and I had a war in Flipside back and forth. It's pretty well already.
Very hard as a fabricator. I've tried to hire women fabricators as often as possible. I want to see women come up and prove themselves in the ways that most men don't think they can, because I know what women are worth. and I know that they're worth at least as much, if not more than we are. I understand that, and I want to see that proven. Half the time, I just get somebody that has an attitude because of what society looks like, that wants to fight back so hard that it becomes very difficult to deal with. And now, that is not a slight on women. That is a slight on society as a whole. You know, I don't think there should be any kind of weird paradigm there. I think that everybody just fucking get along and do their thing, that we would all kick fucking ass.
Yep. You know, with today's technology, I have an archive that survived the fire that is absolutely gargantuan. I have hundreds of hours of unreleased recordings, many of which contain Bianca on them. And but Trumpet's never put out a live release, and I have live recordings. I have video. I have lots of things in my archive. But what I am lacking is resources. I'm one guy, and I'm disabled since 2006 officially. But I'm trying to get this stuff out, and my beautiful wife is working her butt off, and we're even going to put up the house to try to get this stuff out. This is how, like, we're serious.
You don't have to do that. I have answers for you.
But we're willing, and we're doing it.
I didn't see the subtitles.
We're going to make this happen. This is happening no matter what. This is going to finally get pressed. You tell me another record that's mastered at A&M Studio A and K-Disc that's coming out in 2026. This motherfucker is finally going to be released. And it sounds better than any version of Primitive Enema you've ever heard, because I deliberately did a little something to this to make it good. It got past EMI. They released it, and it sounds good, but it's not what was actually there 100%. This is the real McCoy. And the cassette version of Enema, it came out on cassette, is also the real version. So the analog releases of Enema were meant to be straight analog from the tapes, and the digital version, the CD version, I made it sound a little digital. This actually sounds better than the CD. You can find a cassette of Primitive Enema and get it.
Well, I actually have some help for you on that stuff. I know a few people that would probably be happy to jump in, and they will do a lot of, hey, we'll take care of it and we'll figure it out like this.
Here's the first release. I successfully transferred this. It was recorded on a Fostex G16S, and I was the idiot that flipped the Dolby S switch on. You know how popular Dolby S was. And then I couldn't find a recorder to transfer this into digital for all these years, since 1992 until about 3 months ago. And I finally got this transferred and mixed. 6 songs instead of 3 that came out on the first 7-inch. Bianca's bass tones on this recording are probably the very best bass tones of her isolated I've ever heard. Even better than on Primitive Enema. And so,
Mijo, you're never gonna get that.
And so what I want to do is I want to put this out as a 12-inch, which is good, with one side being the original shitty version that was just dumped of the 3, and then the 3 rough mixes of the other 3 songs, and then side B is the actual 2025 mix with today's technology, with my mastering skills, because I have a mastering lab, using all the tools so you could really hear what really happened, including all the extra shit that didn't make it on the record, and Sharon's fart. That's real at the end of the 7-inch.
I'm in love.
At the end of the 7-inch, the first pressing of the 7-inch, the lock groove at the end is a fart that never ends because it's a lock groove. It's a real fart. And we ruined an SM58, which people claim is indestructible. Not until you put it up to Sharon's butt. You can run over it with your van or whatever. You put it up to Sharon's ass, it's unusable afterwards, okay?
I know.
Sharon, I don't know what the hell she ate, but man, oh man, we paid dearly on tour. But anyway, we did that as a sound effect. It's on here. Sharon's fart is on here, and that's included too. That's a real fart, and it's Sharon's. In case nobody knew. There's so much, and there's so much to celebrate from the past. There's so much to celebrate from the Board Stiff era. There was stuff I did in the 2000s. I toured. I put out all kinds of records all over the world, other countries. There's a Spain CD I'm looking for now. That 8 songs. There's a split that we did with Youth Gone Mad from New York.
Oh yeah.
12-inch. There's all this stuff. This is an Italian pressing of Enema on vinyl. But this is from the pre-A&M Studio A. This is from the Hell Yeah Masters that I put together. So, and it's all crammed on one 12-inch with 3 bonus tracks that aren't on anything else. And so it's, quiet. This is the Spain CD. Trumpeto and now. Rumble Records, Madrid, calls me up. He's like, I want to put out a butt trumpet record. I'm like, okay, fine. But here's the deal. If you're going to do it, you have to release whatever I send you. No questions asked. Because he said, I want you to offend Spain. And the only band I can think of that has the guts to offend the Spanish, because, history remembers the conquistadors and what they did. Okay. The only people with guts to offend the Spanish would be you. And so I did. And I can't even open this and show you what's inside it, because I could tell you, but it's pornographic. So I'm going to be cool. But we took Spanish flags and the models, they may or may not have been members of the band. We literally have full unobscured pictures of them shoving the flags up their asses.
So this is important. Like, we don't stand on any kind of fucking ceremony. This show. So I'm working on a secondary podcast. Which I actually want to talk to you about specifically. This is a punk rock fucking DIY show. If you want to pull a tampon out of your fucking butthole, nobody gives a fuck.
This show is.
Yeah, we're fucking graphic as shit, dude. We don't care. I can't.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a fucking reality. We do not stand on ceremony here.
So how do you piss off the Spanish? An American band taking Spanish cocktail flags and shoving them up their butts. And then there's this. You take the CD out and you got a sword fight going on.
Nice.
Just to be fair, right? You can't just, we're not exploiting anybody. Everybody did this voluntarily. No one's, ooh, someone touched my pee-pee, or no one's doing the cancel culture shit. This is art. And we were making a point. He said, offend us the way butt trumpet can offend us. And I said, you have to press whatever I give you. He did. It was banned on day 1 in Spain.
I wake up in the morning and everybody in the fucking neighborhood's like, fuck, that dude's up again.
So all the copies were shipped to one record store in London, and those sold out in a day. And he asked if he could repress it. I said no. And none of these were shipped to the United States, because I said no, because I had other plans for these songs. These 8 songs are actually what are now demos of what is going to be on the new album that I'm working on now. So I didn't want them released in the United States. But this is the kind of stuff I've been doing. So people who think that Primitive Enema is the only thing Butt Trumpet was about, man, there's some homework to do. You're missing out on a lot, because I've done more and I've learned more, and maybe I've gotten worse, because my goal is always, not to get better, but worse. Punk rock, right?
Well, better at
worse. We're calling it. Yeah, better at being worse.
That's Peter Pan's ethos.
Tom, that's pretty funny, because when Paul and I
God damn, you drunk.
When Paul and I first fucking met and we were talking about Lazlo, it was about a 20-minute conversation. Yeah. And then 3 years ago almost,
3 years ago now.
3 years ago, we we kind of rekindled this friendship, and we started talking. And one night we're at my studio, and he asked me, he goes, you know, I love the fucking 5 fucking Lazlo records. And I'm all 5, dude. There's 20.
Right.
And
Exactly. Right. People
And I'm
think
like-
that Primitive Enema, that there was nothing of life before that. There's 6 releases before Primitive Enema came out.
This is before the
Yeah.
internet. Though. We didn't have that access necessarily. I mean, I remember going to Bleecker Bob's on fucking Melrose and ordering weird fucking stuff on vinyl that I still have.
And you don't have them now either from me, because I haven't been able to get the funds to press them up, because the people who want to have all been trying to fuck me over and take it from me, because it seems that, you know, it's gotten even worse in the industry since. So I just want somebody who understands what I'm really after here. Why am I doing this? A, my health is allowing me to, but B, I have another mission in mind that I'm not going to say here. I'll tell you guys offline what I'm up to. But this is something that's way too personal, but it takes money to do it. It does have something to do with Binks. I named her that. It's spelled B-I-N-X, by the way. Not B-I-N-K-S. You drive me nuts. And not but trumpets either. But this came out on EMI. This was a single. Primitive Enema back with Yesterday 2, the sequel, where the girls sing Yesterday in a duet to each other, Sharon and Bianca, as if they were had problems with each other's hygiene, and it was fun. And people were like, and I've been accused like lying about A&M and this and that. Well, I just showed you the K-disc box I never returned, and here's an acetate, and it says, I think it says A&M on it, and it says butt trumpet, and it says, you know, Yesterday. Which one's this one? This is side 2. Yesterday 2, and this is the Primitive Enema side, and these are acetates. This particular acetate is a better quality version than this one, because this was a promo. This was, I was intended to release it and say, haha, those of you with the promo get this one, because this one is the one that's properly mastered at A&M. I cut it at A&M. This was cut at Bill Smith. Remember him?
Yes, his press is back here.
That's the press that's in the building.
Yes,
This was cut on that press. So was
It's
half
in the
the
building.
shit was cut. Some of this, there's more. Was
It's in the
cut
building
on
right
this
now.
press. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. I we have to talk, because I have somebody you need to make contact with. Who is
okay. Really
Oh
quick.
my God. Are you serious?
You know what?
like fuck, you know, Mexicans.
because
Just
I have a
fucking
really important question. I have a
troll
really,
bridge.
you know what? Hey, you know what?
Mommy, daddy, stop fighting. Yeah, stop fighting, mommy, daddy.
All right. Again, my son has been sitting here
You have
all fucking night. One thing that we've been talking about is
You're fat.
everything you've ever recorded, everything you've ever done, it's been released out there in a physical form. My son, what, 29? You know,
Maybe.
and
They do.
Hey,
Seriously.
oh, hey, man. Nice to meet you. Look at that. Fuck yeah.
called
Who
Couch.
Who else is in there, man? Let's get the whole crew on. I mean, nobody should be off camera, man. Who else is there?
There's not a lot of room back
His
here.
lady is
There's
Tiffany.
Tiffany from Motel Sex.
Hi.
I said Motel
She
Sex. I
sings
like
for a
Motel
band-
Sex.
She sings for a band called Sex Motel. And
Right
then
on.
One of our other producers
This
is
is metal.
Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Super
Would you
Mindy.
like
Our main,
Super
our
Mindy.
main producer. This is Mindy.
Super
This is my
Mindy.
lady.
Hi. You chose wisely.
I fucking love Indiana Jones.
Okay, but really quick, what I want my son to understand is that us growing up in punk rock, the need to release our stuff in a physical form, because back then there wasn't a
It's
digital
like teenage
form.
pregnancy.
You know,
That's right. Yeah.
you know, what was that?
You need to release stuff in a physical form.
And what did you say?
All right, so we're going back to Postal Service. Stamp your
Postal
envelopes.
Service.
Anyways,
This goes south quick. He's trying to ask a question, man.
No,
Come on.
but
Be kind.
this comment is for both of you. Is that to me to be the word successful does not mean monetary. To me, the word successful is creating something that somebody can hold. You know,
Yeah.
so listen to anytime they want without their fucking phone. You know, that's to me, that is the epitome of success. Is if it's somebody else's money or your money, to put out something that's tangible that you can hold, and you know that is the do-it-yourself fucking
ethos.
thing. You know, had it not been for that first cassette and me taking it to Flipside, I don't think I've ever asked you this, Tom. Did you pull it off the board, or was it put in your box?
It was put in my box because Al knew that I was going to like this.
I've never asked you that.
He gave it to me deliberately and said, I want you to handle this.
That's the greatest mug I've
No
ever seen.
offense, Carlos, or anybody else that might be listening. But Al would do that. He did it for you too, okay? But he thought he would give the record to he thought who would vibe on it, Martin or anybody, anybody he thought would vibe on it. I ended up short. Yeah. He would
Scott's fucking awesome.
Scott.
Scott is awesome.
Yeah,
You're Scott for life.
Scott
is awesome.
I love Voodoo Glow Skulls, man. Fucking, I wish they'd put out even more stuff. I have one of their test pressings. I'm so excited about that. Survived the fire. Very few things survived our house fire, man. 8 years ago.
You know, today when Paul and I were doing a little bit of like together research for tonight, we were looking up
drinking
Discogs, and one of your releases was on Signal Sound System.
Yeah, I got it right here. So people who are watching or listening can see it's this one.
Greg Artifix, you know.
Hey, Greg.
You know, the very first person who put a Dead Lazlo Space record out.
Yeah.
You know? Yep, there's the logo right there.
Yep.
You know,
and Christine Critter did the artwork. I asked her if I could change the middle sign to butt trumpet, and she said yes. So this right here encapsulates the whole idea behind BT, and also my take on what art and expression should be. I don't care if it's punk. Mozart was punk.
Yep.
If you think about it, okay? Punk goes way before 77, okay? But it's this. The whole world's fighting, and you're the eye of the hurricane because you found within yourself a way to express not the fucking narrative of the day that you don't even believe in yourself on a manufactured sign somebody handed you, and you're just going along because you're sick of being alone, because you burned all your bridges because you're such an asshole that no one else will put up with you. So you go to protests. So you can take out your rage and frustration for being so fucking lonely with a whole bunch of other people who don't believe in it either, whatever it is sign they're holding. Same thing.
Dissent, dude. It's dissent. It's
having the balls to make your own sign, regardless of the signs around you, is what this symbolizes.
Yeah. Flight of Valkyries is rock. Yeah, I mean, so... Again, we're going over. I don't give a fuck. What other bands have you been a part of?
Let's make this the Guinness Book of World Records longest fucking podcast you've ever fucking done. I don't care.
We call Aldo.
Because I already told you, after tonight, I'm clamming up again until it's time to give the information out with receipts if necessary. If I get challenged, I'm also going to say this. If I get challenged, this time I am going to fight back, and I'm going to win because I'm over it. I waited a quarter fucking century for people to grow up. I'm done waiting.
You change your last name, Tom.
To what?
Thom Receipts.
Bone receipts.
Well, I did write a song on Board Stiff called "Read the Fucking Manual" that addresses this, and I may have a new song on the new album that addresses this a little further. In fact, I'm doing something on the new album that's gonna guaranteed to piss people off because that's my goal. There's one song for everybody to get mad at on this new record.
If you don't piss people off, I'll be disappointed in you.
Exactly. I haven't done my job.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're supposed to fucking. That's what dissent really is. Now,
dude.
So the next question is: outside of BT and Betty Blowtorch and the things that you guys have done, what else have you worked on? What have you produced? Like, do you have a body of work beyond those two things? I believe that you do.
Yeah, the first New Direction record.
Yeah.
One Direction, not New Direction.
No, that's a new band. New Direction. It's everybody that's not in the band. You could
probably stop talking a lot.
The answer to that question is yes, and I do things under, I think it's 6 different pen names and stage names, so that if one thing gets canceled, the others are safe. Because that's the world we live in. But the answer is I can't answer that, but yes, there's many different mediums I work in, but I can tell you that I'm a mastering engineer and I'm a damn good one. And I master underground. I don't even have to. I don't advertise. What I do is all word of mouth, because the bands that find me, I will work hard on their record. And if a band can't afford to pay me and I like it, I'll usually just do it for them. I'm that kind of guy. And I call it turd polish mastering. I can even make your shit sound good. Okay.
Are you listening?
So I actually had a friend of mine who was in the studio. We're in the studio. I have a fabrication shop, and so the friend of mine was in here, and he's actually right now remastering a bunch of Bad Brains and Descendants stuff. You might know who he is. I'm not bringing up his name because I don't know that he.
I do.
But
I do, and he's good. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He's fucking awesome as shit. And that's why I was like, God, I just texted him like, you better tune the fucking motherfucker. Like, come on.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. I have massive respect for him. I wish he'd call me. I'd love to talk shop.
Oh, I do everything I can to make that happen because. Again,
so, what Waves plugins do you use? Great conversation.
We're gonna do. I think it's the first in the U.S. anyways. Acoustic ceiling for a studio. In the next few weeks, it's a deadening thing that I've never seen before, and I built a few studios. I'm like, holy shit, this is insane stuff. But we've got to do some tests. I
can walk into a room and I can instantly tell you where your spots are going to be, where the sound's going to go, where it's going to bounce, where the reflections are, where you should put your dampers if you've only got a few, where they should go for maximum impact, where you should put your pencils, where you should put your room mics, things like that. It's just because I've done it. I like to stay underground. I don't need that big produced by Tom Bone, bands that give it to me, they do it. I don't ask for the credit. I just mastered a movie. I've mastered a bunch of movies, actually over the years. And I just did another one. And, I also specialize in transferring acetates, meaning one of a kind, even old ones. I open reel tapes. I do a bunch of those. I got like 6 decks now. Again, we're getting into wire recordings.
Oh wow!
If those of you out there don't know what a wire recording is, pre-tape there was wire, literal wire spools that they would record on, and I'm doing that and I specialize in forensics, audio restoration. I can take a master that we get back in the studio, we lost the multi-tracks, this is what we've got, and I can go in forensically, and I don't edit wave, I edit the harmonics, and I edit this and that. I don't use compression. I don't have to make it loud.
You're an acoustic engineer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's a difference. There's a big difference between that, the compression, like mastering, and looking at it on a computer, and being an acoustic engineer. Acoustic engineer has what I don't.
Well, it's voodoo. It's voodoo because it's different for everything, man. You man, audio is such a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Because every sound in a multi-track audio mix, be it stereo, doesn't matter, 5.1, doesn't matter, even mono, every single thing has what's called harmonics. And if you don't understand the harmonics of each and every individual sound on that recording, you aren't able to do shit as a at the pro level, because you don't know where things are colliding in the first place. All you're doing is you're like blind guy in an empty room looking for the exit sign.
Yeah.
How are you going to find it?
So this is an interesting.
You know what I mean?
Hey, dude, here's a question. So when I'm listening to music, it's punk rock or fucking crappy metal or really great ska or classical music or jazz.
I love classical music and jazz. Art Blakey, man, I get a boner when I hear Art Blakey. Unbelievable.
Artie Shaw gives me a boner all day long. So what I don't ever like the lyrics.
Art Blakey, Caravan. You guys that are listening, go to YouTube. Art Blakey, Caravan. Just listen to it loudly. Kick back and realize this recording was made in the 1950s. It's gonna blow your mind, even if you have no idea what an engineer is.
Now I gotta go find out.
My friend Aaron Mann just wrote a book about chromatic expression through jazz. It's actually out on Amazon. Aaron is a fucking absolute genius. So when I'm listening to music, I know what the lyrics roughly are, and I know that they exist, but I'm not listening to them.
You do. Fuck, shit, hell, damn, shit, fuck.
Yeah,
fuck
I fucking love that song, but I'm listening to the composition of the music, and I'm listening to where all the collisions are in the music and how those bounce off each other. Like Fire Hose is a really good fucking really good explanation of that.
Yeah, it ain't about the notes. It's about what's between the notes.
Yes. That is.
I write songs in the key of H.
Yeah, I write the songs in the key of what the fuck. Like, like run it, man. Play your fucking thing. Now, I do have a base understanding of it, but you don't have to follow the rules. They're just more like guidelines. Like, just get your shit out. Make it sound like what you want to. Gizz at one point when he and I were talking, the reason I don't play drums is I have never played drums the way I hear drums. It's that simple. I'm not a drummer. I can't make that sound the way I want to think. And now I could probably practice my dick off forever and also just go broke and starve in the streets.
Right. And whoever came up with the circle of fifths was drinking a different kind of a fifth, okay? There's no fucking rules in music.
No.
You changed keys in the middle of the song. How could you do that? Because I wanted to.
His giant steps is fucking real. And that was awesome. And you can do that one better. Somebody else can change that and do it fucking sideways and thirds.
Yep.
I was in a band, and we're in the recording studio recording a song, and there was a part that we were dealing with. We'd rehearsed it, and I was like, dude, I don't like that. There's something missing. And my guitar player kept playing the song, and I go, oh, but just go here. I don't know what that here is, but just go down. And he went down, and I was like, that's it. And he goes, those two notes can't go together. I was like, bullshit.
Yeah,
bullshit.
There's no rules. Bullshit.
You use one of these. This is just a carbon fiber one. I got better ones. The ukulele, to prove that any two fucking notes can go together. What a better way to prove than the ukulele, because this stays G, high or low, right? Pretty much all the time, while you're using that G and blending it with every other freaking note in the scale, right? And it creates that unique ukulele tone. That's the secret behind it, is that G is pretty much there the whole time, open G. And so, people who say that there's rules in music,
no,
they either don't make it, or they're in a fucking tribute band because they can't write their own shit that's worth a fuck.
Or you're sitting in a jazz quartet reading off a fucking page.
Yeah. she understands what I just said.
I know where her hand is. I know who's talking right now. Oh God. Ooh, I can smell that from here.
We had our fun before this. I needed to unwind a little bit. So,
There was no Art Blakey song though going on. So.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, this is the fun of this. This is the documentary that is. I mean, we are documenting. Jesus Christ, documenting all of these things and this beauty, and again, the art and the love and the beauty that comes from what these things are. And people usually see them as like kind of crazy aggression and anger and it's like, no, that's not what this is. We're just sharing ourselves with the world.
That's right. So I have an idea, since we're just saying fuck it in terms of rules, including timers. All right. Let me go shake hands with the very much employed, thanks to her, for a minute. Talk to my wife and meet her. And then I would love to challenge everyone in that room. If you have any question you want to ask me, I don't care what it is. Anything goes for this interview. And then after this, I'm going to shut up and not give out any information until it's time, as I try to do this relaunch. Right now, it's just her and I against the world, because people who have offered are all trying to rip me off, so I can't do it, or they're flat out lying to me about something. But people are also showing up who are contributing. So I'm not saying that everybody is. I'm talking about in terms of releasing records, those offers and bullshit. But there's people on the new album I already told you, Billy Zoom. There's other people too. You'll find out soon enough. But yeah, this is your chance.
Okay,
If
well, you go to, hey, Thom,
you all can have a chance. Yeah.
All right. Well, when you go to the restroom and you're holding your penis, I want you to think about me and ask me a question when you come back.
Yeah, I don't like this either.
Why would you want me to do something that I've been doing every day for the last 34 years already?
I don't like this. I don't like this game at all. When you wipe your against, and
like everybody else. So
What are you talking about? He doesn't wipe
boss involved.
Yeah.
Now the boss is involved.
Hey,
What?
can you get your purse so we can see his balls?
Oh God, I hate that.
I don't have a purse. What are you talking about? And they're not brass, y'all.
No,
I usually put them right here, and I rub them against my chin. Oh.
I applaud you for supporting this man, because I think he's one of the most honest musicians I've ever met on the camera from like 2,400 miles away. But
what? So she successfully pulled out the record in the box and stuff. Is there anything in the box that was left behind that we still regret?
Oh, is there anything left in the fire that he regrets?
I don't regret. There are things that we may grieve and that may be gone, but there are no regrets. We move forward, so we heal from it. If it's gone, it was meant to be gone for whatever reason. All of my artwork and all of the paintings that I did are gone, and I'll be honest, emotionally, I haven't been able to recoup those. So, but it's a
to get rid of those when you ask me to.
So is there? Do you have a website with your paintings on them that exists?
No.
Stop it. Jesus Christ, I'm asking a real question here. Yeah, is there a way we can find a link to that so that people can maybe buy prints?
No. Tom's the one that took pictures of them. They're emotional expressions that came out, and so I never really thought about making prints or putting them out. But if I get back into it, I will talk about it.
Okay, that would be interesting to see what you've done before the fire and what your prints look like and what they look like after the fire. It'd be a really good study and to see how that felt.
Yeah, definitely. One's more of a sounds like a scream or looks like a scream, where the other one is more dreamy.
Yeah, Look like
crap.
a fucking
I have
sheep
something else
with
to
a fucking hellfish.
will
Yeah.
help somebody. Everything I do, even the people that seem to have some sort of problem with me, they don't understand that I love them. And
Her.
and even if they're incapable of loving me back, I don't care. It doesn't matter, because what people think of me is none of my business. I've got too much at stake here, not letting my integrity get compromised with what I do. If people don't like it, that's okay. But when I was in there holding my dick, you called me a musician. You called me a musician. Let me explain to you why I'm not a musician.
It's so offensive.
It is. It's offensive, and I'll explain why. I'll make it real easy. If you stick your finger up your nose, did you pick your nose, or are you a nose picker?
No, I just
Think
did too much. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like last night.
No. If I identify as a musician, then I'm trapped in that bubble. But if I'm just a guy that does music, I'm free to do anything else. And I'm also free to mingle anything else with the music.
Right.
But if I call myself a musician, now I'm trapped in that bubble.
Yeah.
So I do music. I do writing. I do art. I do photography. I do mastering. I do producing. I'm not a producer. I'm not you know what I'm saying? That attitude allows me to really think outside the box. I have just discovered that I can think outside the box because I'm not limited by what everyone else is doing. I'm not limited by what's popular, what's cool. I think about how can I combine these two things and make like a Reese peanut butter cup out of that. Mix two things together and see what happens. And there's going to be failures too. And all failure means is shouldn't have done that. Go do something else.
No. Failure's not a word. Failure's not a
Right.
word. There are no lessons in success. If you
It's just-
if you fucking succeed every single time, what the fuck did you learn?
Yeah, every single failure got me to where I am now. Had I not failed in all of my relationships before I met my wife, we've been married 16 years. Okay.
Fuck that.
I thought you
We
could
haven't
say
had a
16 times.
We haven't had a single fight since the day we met. Okay. Because we are principled people now, and we're able to have a business meeting instead of a fight and get on the same side of a problem and figure it out.
That's rare.
If we have a 1-1 vote, we table it because we don't have, agree. If we vote 0-2, we don't do it, and 2-0, we try it. And if we fail, then we learn, and now we know what not to do, and we go do something else. We don't have to get all butthurt about it.
Except for last
Have you
night.
tried dynamite?
Dynamite.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a new
As a
dildo
sex
he's
toy?
fucking inventing.
no, it's invented all right.
It hurts.
It's incredibly difficult to be in any kind of business position with a partner like you guys have. I love my Rebecca to death and a half. I cannot work with her because we wound
Yeah,
up
so
wanting
you guys can ask me any question you want. This is your chance.
That's him and her at a carnival.
Did you throw him off of the fucking merry-go-round?
How did you guys
Yeah.
meet?
How'd we meet? You go ahead. Make it
Right.
tell how we met. That was crazy.
At a burlesque show.
At a burlesque show.
I was stripping.
You were
I was
dancing, Thom?
No,
I wrapped my legs around his face and shoved my pussy up his nose, and I did everything I could to get him.
Do
Right?
you-
fuck your family show.
do you have a sister?
And you know what I said? I said, damn, this thing just came out cleaner than when it went in.
Fuck.
I'm keeping
Why the fuck? Why did? How come?
And that was anal.
I have a new invention. It just happened in my brain. Butt plug coffee cup.
What?
Butt plug coffee cup.
You put up your butt.
I do. I want to do butt trumpet butt plugs, and I want to do butt trumpet can't get no action figures.
Well, we just went extra. This is perfect as fuck. Oh my god, I love this. Are you guys up at Capitol Hill?
No,
Oh,
fuck
no.
no. Capitol Hell? No.
Everett?
I'm a California resident and still live in Hollywood. But we also have a house north of Seattle in Snohomish County. No, not that far north.
My brother's in Gig Harbor, Port Orchard.
Oh, Linwood is where we
I
are.
know Linwood.
Yeah.
You're
And
all
we
like Kurt
fell into a
Cobain.
mortgage. What is one thing you wish you could tell a mentor that no longer exists? Define mentor, please. Do you mean the band, or do you mean someone who's taught me things?
The person, like the person that somebody that helped shape you.
Tell El Duce one thing.
I would be. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I broke your face.
Dude, I used to give El Duce on my nights at Raji's. Eldon, at my nights at Raji's, I talked to Adnan, owner of Raji's, and I'm like, he's like, oh, he's a problem. I won't let him in. I'm like, let him in. He's like, no. I'm like, look, I have it figured out. His game is he just steals people's drinks and they get pissed off and then fights start. I'm going to give him free draft beer and he'll behave. And that's exactly what happened. He would come down on my nights and drink draft for free and was just a teddy bear. You know, you just got to know how to deal with people. Everybody's different. We all have our own neuroses. We're all in our process and we're all pissed off at something. We just have to make sure that it's not at each other. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, there's that.
So what would you tell El Duce though? You didn't have
What would I tell El Duce if I had the chance today? You should have taken that contract. No, I'm just kidding. I would have told him. I would have told him. I would have told him.
Cut the KKK
Fuck,
shit.
that's a really hard question because there's a lot I would have told him, and there's a lot I wouldn't have told him. I wouldn't have changed a thing about him if I had the chance. Like if I could change one thing about somebody, what would you change?
You can't.
He was perfect the way he
One
was.
thing about Duce, you change everything. You change history.
Exactly.
There's no
He
spiritual love.
was
There's no one
someone.
above and
He taught so many people that political correctness is bullshit. It's censorship. It's not correct. It's not protecting anybody. If you aren't strong enough, if you can't learn how to live in society and words hurt, then you're not going to get very far in life because the reality is words can hurt. Boo fucking who. The key is to figure out why they hurt. What's your problem with that word? And maybe that word can also be used to describe something not to do. So saying it might actually be a way to remind people not to do something rather than just running away from everything. The way society's doing now. How well is that working? Look around.
that's so weird because growing up, I was told that certain words should offend me, and they never did.
Like dickhead. Yeah, bitch roll.
No, I'm talking about beaner. I'm talking about fucking wetback. You know.
Oh,
You know?
well, you know it's funny.
growing up in a punk rock community in the fucking 80s, you know, it was just like, whoa, fuck, you know, trying to integrate, you know, and then all of a sudden, here are all these Latino punk bands coming out, and all of a sudden the scene's changing, and
Yeah, and it was awesome when that was going down. I mean, I was so stoked to see that, and BT with the girls in the band, that kind of just happened. Bianca and I, long story about how we met and everything that happened. We lived together for a while. There's an awful lot to.
Look, she's out.
More coffee.
Yeah, I need coffee. No, it's she's just going to get me more coffee. No, man, her story is crazier than mine, man.
Dude, I can't wait to get back to Seattle because we're hanging out. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make you guys dinner.
Well, I'll
I'll
be in
always-
LA next week. I think I'm going down next week again. I'm in the studio working on the new album, recording
You're
it
in
down
LA.
there.
Well,
I
one
live in
thing, Tom, I haven't told you was that a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, you were here and you were working on the new Butt Trumpet record, and
Mhm.
he gave me a call, gave me a text, and we chatted for a little bit in hopes of hooking up to have dinner or something, but we didn't. But for you to contact me,
Yep. Oh man, I got something.
I'm a California resident, but
you
I'm listening.
contact- Hey
Please,
man,
go
I
ahead.
want to hang out.
Yeah.
You know, that's the man right there.
I got to.
And then I also have a Washington ID, so I'm a resident of both states. And California is the one I vote in. I'm a domicile here.
So I've got both. I've got a couple of things for you. Like, I do want to know when your sobriety started. Like, how did you find your place into that? Like, how did you find your way? And this has been a conversation because we have a lot of guests that have come on, a lot of really good friends that have found their way into sobriety. And it's I think it's kind of important for a lot of people to hear. It's not for everybody. Some people really fucking need it. And I think some people need to hear how other people, especially people that they look up to, may have kind of gotten themselves there. So if you wouldn't mind a little backstory on that, give me
Sure. I won't tell you the name of the program I'm in because that would break tradition 11, but it is a 12-step program. Okay, I'll tell you that. In fact, I'm in more than one.
How'd you find your way there?
I was in Tampa, Florida, and I met a girl who was in this program, and she saw that I had the same problem. I was treated, and she also saw that I was blaming everybody else, and you couldn't talk to me about my problem. So she took me to the program for people who blame everybody else. I'm not going to say any names. And in that program, they taught me that I was my own qualifier for the program that I need to work on myself, that I have the same problem. So I did that for a while. And when I moved to Los Angeles, I could not assimilate very well. I came with her. She ended up cheating on me. I caught her red-handed, doggy style, with her boss on the roof of the hair salon she worked at after putting her through cosmetology school. I worked at a technical bookstore to pay for her school, and that's how she paid me back. Betrayal. It happens. And so Blag from the Dwarves calls me, and he's like, we're picking you up. You're coming on tour with us. We want you to document it for Flipside. And I went, okay, cool. So I did, and I bit 4 years and 51 weeks of time is what I had. I bit it before we hit Palm Springs. And so then I'm thinking, okay, fine. I'm coming home in a body bag then. Screw it. And I tried my best to find somebody to kill me or to kill myself with, whatever. I was a garbage can, and I was just too much of a pussy to do it any other way. I just was. It's just fact. And I was looking and I wanted a dramatic way to go out. So last night of the tour, I'm in Madison, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, city known for beer and stuff, right? But I'm staying with Naked Aggression. They sent me their 7-inch, and I reviewed it in Flipside. I had their contact information. So there was this layover and a blizzard, and so they came with a 4-wheel drive, picked me up, and at their house, and I interviewed them for Flipside. And after they went to bed, that was the night I was going to do it. That was going to be my swan song. I mean, look at drama queen me, right? But the last interview, and all that, and I was going to let them find a corpse in the morning because that's how self-centered I was. I didn't think about the emotional trauma I would put them through, or the scars I'd leave in their soul. Anyway, I didn't do it, and I came home, and when I finally came home, I came back. My apartment was empty. That girl ripped me off completely, took everything, including my stuff. And a woman called me. She was in a band, and she knew that I had went out. And she called me and she said, I'm coming over And she took a bus from Venice to Hollywood, came over, and she said, look, you can go after this stuff and you'll get it back. And then you'll sit in it and it will remind you of it and you'll never get past it. Or you can just move on. Taught me one of the most valuable lessons of my life was to learn to move on when it's time. And so I decided the latter. I moved on. I wrote a song called Material the day that I got sober. That song is recorded as part of the first 7-inch. Never got released. I now have a full mix of it. And so what ended up happening is this sponsor told me, she said, Thom, you can't throw chairs at meetings anymore. You're too pissed off. You're getting in too many fights. And you're just an asshole. So why don't you start a band? And because that way you can throw chairs legally. You can be an asshole and they'll like you for it. And you can get your aggression out instead of taking it out on people who are trying to actually get some help.
Yeah.
And so I took her up on it and I started Butt Trumpet. And Butt Trumpet is the band I started to keep myself away from those chemicals, only to find out that those chemicals were everywhere in Hollywood at the time. And I had to learn how to deal with that. And so everything kind of clicked. But I found that by putting my recovery, by putting all that first, I'm able to do, not only am I able to go into these seedy, sordid places that punk rockers go to if I was a punk rocker, but I don't see myself that way. I'm just someone who, I do music from time to time, and people like to call some of what I do punk rock. If I do an ambient record, are you still going to call it punk rock? I don't know. They'll call me an ambient artist. Genre. It's either art or it's not. That's the way I see everything. Okay. So I learned that if I can just stay sober, everything else will fall into place. If I can just stay clean and just not get involved in any of that stuff anymore. But the only way to do that is I have found that work for me is the steps. And I do those and I live in them. And they're number one. Our marriage, the steps are first. And we worked the traditions in our marriage. We declared ourselves a group. We're autonomous. Anyone who's in a 12-step program will know what I'm talking about. Everybody else, don't worry about it. They'll be over soon. Okay. We have business meetings and we do all this stuff just like a group would. There's nothing to fight about. And so it really does work. All these things work in any group. Well, marriage is a declaration of unity, and keeping the unity is critical for recovery. So why not put them together? So all that's first, everything else is second, third, fourth, fifth. And we found that it works out really great that way. And here's the real kicker. I've been able to tour with different various lineups. Since it's my project, I'll build an effing lineup and call it Butt Trumpet when I want to. And if I want to put out a record, I'll put on the musicians that want to be there and call it Butt Trumpet. And they're all legitimate Butt Trumpet releases or shows. If I'm healthy enough to do live, we'll see if I can do live. I'm going to try. And I learned that when people come up to me afterwards, they don't know that I don't do any chemicals or anything. They come up and offer me stuff. And I'll say, do you want to talk about this?
Right.
How would you like to save your own life tonight? And sometimes they say yes. And I take them back to the green room or whatever. And I take them through the first 3 steps in like 15 minutes. And I say, you got a decision to make. Now that you know you got a problem that's running your life instead of you, and that you need a power greater than that problem, and we don't give a fuck what it is. And now you have a decision to make. We have a method that if you just do it anyway, no matter how loud your head is screaming, it'll work. And I'll have them writing in my green room. The test is if they come out to the show while my band's playing. But if they're going to sit in the green room and write me a list of what they're pissed off at for 20 minutes, a list of what they're afraid of for 20 minutes, and a list of what a douchebag they are for 20 minutes, the other people, the stoosy shit they've done, right? They come back. If I can see effort, I show them how we can take these problems to a solution. And then I get them hooked up in their local whatever they need. Maybe it isn't 12 steps, but whatever they need. And maybe they do need to go to treatment, whatever they need. And then I stay in the loop using technology. I've been online doing stuff under this nature since 1987. When I first got clean, and I relapsed once, and I got clean and sober again in February 10 of 1992. I've been ever since. That band saves my life, BT. Even though I had a lineup that got signed and gave me some serious problems. They stole all the money. They tried to steal the copyrights. They tried to steal the band itself. They even went out on the road. That couldn't have happened if I didn't allow it. If you don't believe me, I got the contract to prove it. Okay, and the receipts. I have them. I have. You wouldn't believe how many. But the thing is I'm not out to get them.
No,
I want to move forward.
So the reason I pose this question is it's not for me or Gizz because we're hopeless and that's the end of it, but it's for the people that may or may not be watching, and I want other people to hear somebody else's story that may feel hopeless and may be like in that place where they just don't understand stuff, and to look at what you've accomplished, what you've done. And I call it chaos because that's how I perceive it. For you, it's not chaos. For you, it's the art, it's the beauty, it's the love, it's what you're doing. For myself, it's that beautiful chaos that I love. I want to really embrace. And to see somebody who isn't addled and isn't overwhelmed by chemical abuse and bullshit, you're still that fucking person from the inside. That I find beautiful.
I'm more free than I've ever been. And I get up there and I get to look out over these people when I'm privileged enough to do so. Or if I'm privileged enough to be able to release a recording, I wrap my messages around rhetoric, okay? Obviously. But underneath it all, if you actually pay attention to what I'm trying to say, all I'm trying to say is, you can do this too. That's it.
But we also rewrap that and I hurt, and you can do this too. And here's truth.
Doesn't matter what's going on. You can do this too.
Yeah.
And if you tell the truth, all you're going to do is connect with people. You're not going to be humiliated or embarrassed. You're just going to connect with people who are going to be impressed by the fact that you had the stones to get up there and tell the fucking truth about yourself through music or through whatever medium. People don't get turned off by that. They get impressed by it because guess what? I was too afraid to talk about it until you did on that stage. Now, or on that record. And now I feel empowered to believe I can do it too. And then they come out of their shell and start expressing themselves. And we have been more art from art. How isn't that awesome?
Dude, Thom, I think I love you.
Dude, you did that for me. You made me who I am from one fucking review. Here I am 34 fucking years later, not giving a fuck what I do. As long as one person.
Question. For people who don't know what it's like living, and yes, I agree with you. For people who don't know what it's like living with MS, how would you articulate the worst of days and the best of days in living with this truth? Well, for those of you who don't know, MS is when the immune system thinks that the nervous system is an infection, and hilarity ensues depending on where it attacks. I've been blind twice in my right eye. My left eye's had to have surgery. Because it attacks the optic nerve. It's a nerve. I have lesions in my brain and on my spine, and my motor skills aren't as good as they used to be. And in fact, they were fucking awful for a long time until they finally got me on a good medication with good technology that is literally destroying the part of my immune system that is causing the MS. They found that the rest of the stuff that makes up the immune system will make up for that in time. And I went through that process, and I'm on this stuff, and this is what's given me the window of opportunity to do all of this. Now, honestly, I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for resources. I'm looking for collaborators and people who can see that this mission to bring Bianca's memory back out into the now, because I'm not going to let that star fade. And I'm not going to let that statue at Hollywood Forever get any more decrepit. Something has to be done about it. So if I can get to the point where we can do a benefit to fix that thing, we're going to fix it. Because people breaking off pieces of souvenirs needs to fucking stop. And by the way, hanging a guitar around her neck, she didn't play guitar, you dummy. She was a fucking bass player.
4-string, 6-string.
Jesus. So, it's like, I get it. And you think you know what the Skittles thing meant? Skittles was something between us. It's spelled BINX. And Bianca and I were 100% cool on the day she died. And we had it all worked out. But Trumpet has always been a way for misfits to feel like they finally fit in somewhere, with the caveat that if you're going to hang around us, you're going to be making art somehow. We don't care what you do. You want to dance? You want to do this? You want to do that? You light your dick on fire? You want to make flyers?
No, we're not dick firing.
Whatever.
We're not going to do dick fires.
We had a guy, Mikey, the flaming dick dancer, who would light his dick on fire. It was one of his things.
It was internal, not external.
On stage. I have video to prove it. I have the receipts. So the point is that it's all inclusive. Anyone's a member when they say so, and you get to express yourself, because we don't. When I'm able to do this, we don't do shows. We throw parties.
There you go.
And I encourage piracy of all my releases if I can get them out there.
Yeah, I'm going to say out loud, you look like you're getting tired, and I want to talk to you off camera for a while, because I have some options for you. No, you're not. Yeah, see, I know who knows what's what. But I do want to have a conversation with you about a few things. I think we've got some options that we can actually get some stuff and get you helped out, because I've got some pretty special shit going on. Gizz sucks. He's ugly and hairy and fucking weird. Like, he smells kind of funny. So
I smell like cocaine and strawberries.
You wish. If you smell like cocaine and strawberries, just note your beard. So where do we go?
Yeah, remember that DLP show at the Redwood where I had her on a leash, and you brought us up and did Who the Fuck is Thom with me standing there, and you thought you were embarrassing me, and I actually thought it was hilarious.
That was at Steel.
That was at
that was at the Steel. Oh, sorry, it wasn't at the Redwood. That was a while ago. Yeah, that show. That was, man, to see you again after all that time was incredible, and to see you again now is even more so. And both of you, man, I can tell you're the real deal. That's why I'm giving you all of what I'm giving you on my end, because believe it, there's people out there that are not going to like some of the things I just said. And I don't give a fuck anymore.
Fucking good, man. I don't pull punches. I don't fucking tell people what they don't want to hear. I don't give a shit. You splat it out or you don't splat it out. Like, if somebody wants to know, you're gonna fucking hear it. That's
right, Paul. I'm over it. I'm not protecting anyone anymore. They do whatever they want. I'm just not. I've got to get my own art out there.
Yes, you do. We're gonna help you do that. So let's do this.
One sec, please. My wife would like to say something.
Please.
Words, to the point of the question, no, he can't articulate that, obviously, but MS can be tough. He's passed out on Magic Mountain before, and was
for 4 hours.
Disneyland Yeah, at the Disneyland nurse's office for 4 hours.
I'd wake up long enough to say, no, don't put me in the ambulance. I out again.
It can be really rough sometimes, but on his good days, you can't stop him. And you know what? MS isn't going to stop him either. And so I know he's going to keep going. That's why I've got his back.
You know what? I'm fucking super like you and Rebecca would be best friends. So she's the same way. There's no fucking give up in you.
Nope. No. And I waited long enough for people to grow up. Those days are over. I'm not kidding this time. I'm not waiting any longer.
Well, you got new members.
I am working. We are pulling our savings and buying studio time. We are getting tapes transferred, which costs money on rare equipment. We are buying the equipment to master everything and for me to write more songs and make demos. We are paying the airfares and all the different costs that are involved, and we're going to have to come up with money to press up. There's something you need to know. The 16 track first 7-inch is the first release. It has to be because it was the first one back then. Except this one's going to have all 6 songs with the modern mix on it. That's going to blow your fucking mind because it'll show you what the technology can do now.
Yep.
Then versus now. You're going to get to hear Bianca like you've never heard her before.
So
I got to get the record.
I want you guys to give your plugs, but off camera, I'm going to tell you right now, you probably won't have to use any upfront cost to press that.
That would be awesome.
That would be incredible.
So plug me what you guys have for whatever donations, whatever crowdfunding, whatever. How do I buy a Butt Trumpet t-shirt? If you don't have Butt Trumpet t-shirts, can you send us some art so we can make it because we have a heat press?
I have enough t-shirts. I want a Butt Trumpet butt plug.
I want a Butt Trumpet thong.
Yeah. We want to make Butt Trumpet butt plugs. We had Butt Trumpet thongs for a while. We did.
Not you. Not you.
We've made t-shirts.
I want to use.
Yeah, I want to do merch, obviously, and the stuff that we are doing does need to get paid for. When I do get extra money, I usually help a band get in the studio for a day or two that can't afford it. I do shit like that, but I have some other missions I'm on that are all pretty important missions. That's an offline conversation of what I'm really trying to accomplish here while I can. It's all for the fans. It's for the people who, why can't I get Primitive Enema anymore? Well, what if I took that and mastered it to 2025 standards, or I let you hear the real version of Board Stiff that's actually mastered, or the real version of Enema?
Any of those 7 inches. All those
never heard. And all the 7 inches and all the other recordings and live stuff I've got, video, so much that it's time. And YouTube just canceled my personal channel that I've had for almost 20 years because it got hacked and they don't believe me that it wasn't me. So they literally 2 days ago canceled my channel, Thom. So all that old shit, Bianca's birthday show footage and all the other stuff that was on there, some of which was lost in the house fire, is now gone. You can thank Google for that. Don't be evil, my ass.
Yeah. So let's if you've got, do you have any merch plugs? Is there anywhere to find stuff?
We're working on that. We're going to make some new merch that's going to go along with the new artwork that we're getting done. I'm not ready to announce who the artist is of the new album or the name of the new album because it's good. I thought about this for a long time and I'm ready.
I could probably send it to you next week. I'm currently trying to organize the new website with a designer at the moment.
Yeah. So I mean, it is, we're in process. We're literally working on this and people will be able, I'm going to always say steal my music, but if you want to buy the vinyl or you want to contribute, that money's going to go into making more. So if you want more, please help. This costs money to make, but I'm not doing it for the money. It's just that we live in a world where you got to buy shit in order to do shit. You know what I mean?
And I'm pretty sure the t-shirts are still going to be $8.
Yeah, the t-shirts will be double the price of what it costs to make them. So if it costs $5 to make the shirt, they're $10.
$8.
Or whatever.
I can't count to 21 unless I'm naked.
See that at all.
All right.
Well, that's 10 fingers, 10 toes, and 1 ball.
I can count to 23. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Me too.
Oh, that hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
Oh, the hemorrhoid. That makes 24. Sorry.
But yeah, 24 and a big half. All right, let's jump off of this one, Thom. I am fucking blown away. This is by
Hey,
far.
can you guys
my
save
favorite.
chat? Because people ask me stuff. Hey, anyone, I don't know. Let me put my contact information. I can't put it in the chat because my Google, my YouTube has literally been deleted by those fuckers 2 days ago for something I didn't do. I proved it and they don't care.
Jump on to Instagram, Trombone69.
Trombone69 on Instagram.
16.
Anyone that wants to contact me there, please do. I want to answer the questions that are in the chat. Re-ask them to me in Instagram, and I'll answer them. Okay? I'm sorry we didn't get all of them. Yeah. And can you save this chat anyway?
This lives
Oh,
forever.
It's gonna live forever on YouTube.
Oh, okay. So this chat will play along with the
us too, because we're fucking bunch of assholes.
Well, they are.
Well, we know that.
All
I mean,
right,
fuck.
all right. Before we say goodbye, one more time. All right.
Goodbye.
Oh well, I'm not
That's
saying
dark.
forever.
That's just dark.
Now the end is near, so we face the final curtain.
I just, out of love and respect, if it wasn't for you, I don't think Lazlo would have ever lasted 30 fucking years. We were a joke that was supposed to last a couple shows.
And I got the joke. That's why I wrote that review.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved the joke. That's why I gave you the bad press you deserved.
And
Well,
Thom,
it wasn't about my vocals.
oh no. And Thom, thank
No,
you for
because I knew that bad press was going to get more attention. Then, yeah, this is good. Right? The bad press got you more attention, and it worked. That was my goal.
And it pushed me to be the singer.
fucking god damn it. Really? Wait, who's our next our other commercial?
Yeah.
And Thom, thank you for everything you've done and you're about to do, because I believe in this. I like Crystal Light.
Like champion cereal.
Poop like a champion. I love it. That's
We're gonna
great.
stay on. We're gonna be right back. We're just gonna exit out of this show, and we're gonna.
Yeah, everyone paying attention to this still. I don't know what the fuck your problem is, why you're still here, but thank you. I do love you, even if I don't like you.
That's exactly right. Just like this Tijuana bridge troll looking motherfucker.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that guy's such a dick.
Love is the glue that holds everything together. I mean, I'm not being esoteric. It's a fact.
Oh yeah.
It's just a fact. You got to learn how to love the things you don't like, or else you're always going to be at war with yourself, and you're never going to get anything done. Just get over it. Create art. Just make it anyway, man. Even if your head's screaming, just do it.
And be honest.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so hang on for a minute. We're gonna do our outro, whatever. I don't even know what that means anymore, because
Cocaine and strawberries.
there's no fucking strawberries. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
You found the key, have you?
What?
You got the key
Dave's not here, man.
So,
Dave's not here.
Before we leave you next week, we have Peter Kortner and Sam Pinola from Allied Knowledge. Peter Kortner was the original singer for Dag Nasty, one of my fucking favorite bands.
Yeah.
So we have him on next week, and you know what you should do? Come back next Tuesday.
Oh my god.
I won't be here Monday.
You guys can all show up on Tuesday and have fun with that.
I don't know what's happening.
Come
right
back next Tuesday. CUNT, right?
now. No, my God.
I would never do that. I
Fuck.
can't spell.
Hey, everybody, this was Gizz Lazlo.
And that was
He's had a
just-
stroke.
And this was the last show of the podcast. I'm just kidding.
No, maybe.
This season.
No.
It's this is the last. There's 2 more after this.
You ready?
Right on,
Steady,
man.
steady. We'll be right back, kids.